The Supernatural Dogshit podcast is controversial and confrontational and may cause offense to some. Listener discretion is advised.
You know, for a second there, I was almost forgetting what day of the week it was. Hello and welcome to the Supernatural Dogshit podcast, coming to you live on this Thursday night. Firstly, I'd like to welcome everybody into the studio. As usual, with me we have Nathan, please love me, Lynham.
Another bad introduction.
A terrible introduction. We also have Ed.
Shut your face, Aiden.
Yeah.
Just get on with it and shut your
That's
face.
how we start.
I'm running out of things because you don't have big nips anymore. So
No.
we can't take the pee out of your big nips.
What are you going to do when we're like 25 episodes in and you can't think of anything to say?
I will. I'm a wait. Ed Princess Harris.
Princess?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where the fuck are you getting princess?
First swear of the night.
Oh, no!
Jesus.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And no blasphemy
Forgive me.
either. Jesus Christ.
Anyway,
Also, and
No,
do you know-
Jesus walked in. Did you not see him?
No,
He's
I
gone.
didn't see him. Also, we have a very special guest in the studio tonight. And you know what? I don't know his surname. Do you even want me to give your surname out?
I suppose you could.
Okay, so what's your surname?
Joy.
Joy.
That's happy.
Okay, so we have Martin Joy.
Hey.
Very Irish name.
Yes.
But he is half Jamaican, half Irish.
I am indeed.
Yeah, a bit of a mix up there.
Oh.
Nice.
shall be a joyful episode.
It will be very joyful. And one thing we can't do is the stereotypical Jamaican accent, because I'm pretty sure if your mum is listening and your dad or anybody else, they'd be going, what else assholes doing?
Joe.
So, yeah, we have a lot to get through tonight.
We do.
Tonight we're going to be talking about racism in the States and George Floyd and the whole crap that's going on with Black Lives Matter at this moment in time. And then we will move on to Martin, who has lots of interesting stories to tell us.
I do.
Ooh.
Yeah. See how he jumped straight in there, professional.
He knows what he's at.
He knows exactly what
This
he's
guy's
at.
well used to him, Mike.
Wait, where am I?
Nobody knows.
No
one
one
knows. So, yeah, I think we should just do what we normally do and dive straight into... So, Nathan, anything interesting happened to you during the week?
I called in sick to work.
Again?
Yeah, well, you know. And then my boss was like, why, what's wrong with you? Are you sick? And I said, no, there's something wrong with my eyes.
What?
I just can't see myself coming into work today. That took you a long time
So,
to get.
does your boss listen to this?
I don't know.
But your mother sometimes does listen to
Maybe.
this. So, we can't say anything. You know what I'm talking about.
Corona.
Corona, yeah. We'll just say
What's
Corona. What's that exactly? What is that Corona stuff?
Is that the beer?
No, it's what he told his boss he may have.
Let's move on.
Let's move on to that. That's how we got out of work. So, Mr. Harris,
Yeah.
what have you done interesting during the week or anything? Come on, don't be a dick this time.
What?
Tell us something interesting. Don't just
What,
stare at me.
What, relating to my week or something interesting in general?
No, just during the week or since Tuesday.
Oh, I don't know, man. Sure, I was knocking about here and doing a couple of bits and pieces here, there. Oh, my tiny welder arrived.
Oh, you did actually.
Okay.
I did order a tiny welder.
How tiny?
It's not even a foot long in length, and it's about 6 inches high.
It's a pocket welder.
It is a pocket welder for all intents and purposes. So
Riveting stuff.
I know,
yeah.
right?
Absolutely riveting stuff. So, Martin, have you done anything interesting during the week?
I could say yes. I suppose I have been building a retreat for the past
Okay, explain.
6 days. So, Bigal.
What?
Bigal
Bigal.
is what it's called.
Oh.
Meaning the birches.
The
in
birches.
Oscuelga in Irish.
Oh, look at you with your Irish.
Right? He's put us all to shame.
Oh, yeah. So, go on. Do tell.
So, Bigal Therapy and Wellbeing Services in Riverdale is going to be the type of place that you can go to relax, kick back in nature, and you will have pine forests, birch forests, the bog, all the kind of prestigious things that nature provides you. Okay. And so, we've been constructing it for the past 6 days, and we're only getting started on the project now. We have a lot of volunteers that have come and gone over the past week, which
Excellent.
we are very, very thankful for.
How big is this place?
It's 10 acres.
What?
And when can we go?
Well, we're hoping we'll be ready by Halloween.
So let me delve into this a little bit. Who owns the place?
It's actually my mother's friend, Teresa.
Okay, shout out to Teresa.
Shout out.
Shout out.
The land has been in her family for 100 years. And so it was passed down through generations and nobody's actually used it. So she entrusted the land to my mother, and now we are the first people to actually do something with the land. So
Fantastic.
we've kind of gained the right to do whatever we want, really.
And is there money gone into this?
Yeah, we've invested, I'd say, about $6,000 so far, but we're only getting started, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, have you looked for any type of government funding, or?
We're just in the process of doing that at the moment, actually.
So what department are you contacting, or who is it you're talking to?
You know, that wouldn't be my department.
Okay. Okay, because I do know that the Enterprise Board, they give out grants for this type of thing. It would be considered
do.
a business, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, it would, absolutely, yeah.
Fantastic. I'm assuming now that, you know, you're here and you're going to give us all a welcome when it's open so we can go up in, what is it?
Space Dock. Can we all go Space Dock?
Would you stop with the space? It descends into debauchery straight away with you.
Yeah.
And look what he has in his hand.
What? Oh, you know you're meant to stay away from the fizzy drinks.
Yes.
You
So-
get hyper and start bouncing off the walls.
I do. So, Aiden,
Yes.
did anything happen to you this
I was
week?
terrified of you asking me that question.
Because you've got nothing for once.
Because for once, I have nothing. I would like to tell the story that I was in court. What day was it?
What day did I drive you to
last
court?
Thursday, wasn't
Yeah.
Was it last Thursday?
I think so.
Yes, I was in court and I had a fantastic result. Yeah. So I was caught driving a car without insurance on it.
Boo.
Yes, I was a bold boy. I did have insurance on a separate vehicle at the time, but just not that vehicle. And of course, the guard came along and done me for no insurance. And I got a really good result. I won't tell the people what the result was,
But it was good.
but my solicitor fought hard and fought damn well. And the judge genuinely was looking at me saying, you know, I could give you a 10-year ban for this. And it's, you know, the solicitor just smoothed things over. She was amazing at what she done. And I won't say what the result is, but I got a good one.
It was good.
Yeah, so I did have a little bit of a story.
Yeah.
So the hell to you?
We give a shout out to Richie. He's here. We give a shout out to JJ. Fierce Pox is also here again.
Ah, Fierce Pox.
They're all here
on
viewing.
the bite.
We also should say that Richie isn't here tonight.
Oh.
Don't know
Get
what
he's
his
here.
asshole bleached.
Yeah. Well, I mean, are we going to miss him?
No comment.
We'll say nothing. So, are you going to miss him, Martin?
We should also say you can contact us on 085 2727 212.
Also, you can like and subscribe on YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah,
Give us a
Instagram.
thumbs up. And again, for the best text message, the best WhatsApp that comes into the show on 085 2727 212, we will be sending you a Supernatural Dogshit goodie bag.
Yeah, and we're on Spotify after and Podbean. And go to the website supernaturaldogshit.com.
And a word from our sponsor, who is
Social QR.
Social
Dot XYZ.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I do forget the little.
You do. You do.
Yes, you do.
For shame.
We do have a sponsor on the show.
We do.
Yeah.
And what is that sponsor? What is it that they do?
It's basically a place you can put all your social media. It's like a QR code. And you can send people to all your social media links. Or if you have a business, it could be a business.
Richie's much better than you.
Well, Richie just gave an example of a band. You guys so far have given an example of
Look,
pornography.
I
But
want to use it for porn. Okay,
Yeah,
put
but
all
that's-
your porn in one place.
Okay. But let's say you have a creative outlet in you.
Okay.
Let's say you're trying to sell your art. Say if you're on Etsy
Let's say
and
you're
Fiverr.
selling your arse.
Yeah, art. Well, that too. You know,
Okay.
if you've got accounts with RedTube and all that, if you actually are providing that stuff, you could use it for that too.
You could get the
But
QR code tattooed on your bum.
Well,
You could.
Now.
Yeah.
No,
because
none of us is gonna do
social
that.
QR
Sorry,
will
Scott.
provide you with a QR code that, in theory, you could possibly tattoo on your art.
Well, for legal reasons, I think we should describe what exactly it is. Off you go, Nathan.
What?
Social QR.
Oh, but like I just did.
You've done a terrible job.
Well, Ed, would you like to?
Ed hasn't a clue what we're talking about.
Well, it's a
What
place
day
to
is
put.
it?
Go on.
Are those my feet?
So what is it, Ed?
Social QR is an online service where you can consolidate all your social media in one convenient place.
Okay, and you also get a QR code that you can put on digital and
Printed
media.
media.
Yes, and that is a word from our sponsor. But you get to hear the ad breaks. So it's fine.
I did a terrible job of that.
Yeah.
You did. And you're the social media guy. This is your job.
This is
Yeah, well, I'm not the sponsor guy.
Useless.
Anyway,
So yeah, I think we should go straight into the first segment. Have you got anything arranged?
I'd like to think I have some good ones tonight.
Have you really?
Oh.
Well, let's see. I'm sure Richie's going to judge me. He's in the comments here.
Yeah. Okay, so
Let's have it, Richie.
we're going to go to our first segment.
Weird headlines from around the world, bringing you the strange, the dumb, and the funny. Brought to you by Nathan Lynham.
Thank you. So,
Indeed.
here we go. The first weird headline from around the world is: man blows up part of his house in France while trying to swat a fly. That's a good headline.
That's a good one. Come on.
Aiden, you have a face like a
no,
slapped arse.
Wait. I'm trying to digest what you just said to find out whether I find it funny or not. Please do tell the story.
So, the man, he was in his 80s. He was eating his dinner on Friday evening when he became annoyed at a fly buzzing around. He picked up the electric fly swat, took aim at it, but he was unaware of a gas leak in his house. And as he went to swat the fly, he blew up half his house.
Fantastic.
Yeah, right?
So
it's still unknown what happened to the fly, though.
did he?
Yeah. Wouldn't you love to be a fly on the wall for that, though?
Oh God! So
Take me now.
did the guy survive?
Yes, his family are now repairing the house while he resides at a local campsite.
You'd beat the crap out of him if you were the wife, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Like you really.
I think
would.
he's on his own. But anyway,
He's
we
welcome
said
to my
family.
local campsite.
his family, yeah.
Where did this happen?
Better weather.
This
weather in
happened
France, though.
in France.
In France.
Yes.
And
I had to read that, sorry.
if anybody can hear the rustling in the background, that would be Martin's studio etiquette of rolling a cigarette.
Has to be done.
Oh yeah.
But
Check out this.
And that's,
lighting another one.
you know, you're not supposed to smoke in a business a place of business.
Are you gonna stop me?
This is
No.
this is
Yeah. Well, then
private.
shut your
No,
mouth.
but you're just going to have the people like you, the politically correct, outrageous snowflakes complaining.
Will you stop
Yeah, it's
accusing me of being a
lung
politically
cancer.
correct snowflake? You
Lung cancer.
baldy arsehole.
No swearing. So,
Arsehole is
Arsehole's okay.
Mr. Lynham, continue with your
Yeah.
headlines.
So number 2 headline is, this one's not as like, but anyway, we'll go. Parents accused of child abuse over water skiing 6-month-old son.
What?
Well,
Would you consider that child abuse?
water skiing. Yeah, kind
I'm just
of.
going to pass these out to the lads. I printed out some
Oh,
pictures
wow.
so they can see.
Oh, wow.
We're getting very professional here tonight. So that's what's happening.
Oh, that kid looks like he's having a ball.
Doesn't he look happy?
He's got all his PPE on.
Hold
yeah,
on,
what's wrong
hold
with
on. That child is 6 months.
Yeah. This child was able to walk at 3 months, it says.
What?
Yeah.
him? Yeah.
That's a big
My-
child
my
for 6 months.
Super advanced.
My little one was trying to walk around 5 months.
Can I just say, by the way, that that is child abuse.
Why?
Why?
Of course, you're putting a child in danger.
They're not putting.
Why?
this child.
What? Okay, so you're telling me that's perfectly safe? That things can't go wrong?
I'm sure they're only going like
Yeah, well,
5
that's
knots.
life. You could be taken out walking
could be-
across the road. You
they
get
could be
plowed
going-
out of it with cement truck.
That's fine. That's fine. That's an accident. This is purposely putting your child in danger.
That is
And these
purposely
parents
putting
are
your
morons.
that kid is having a ball.
Well, this is what I think. of
You
your
have
picture.
yet to throw something at me across this studio.
And
it'll
actually,
land.
I throw stuff, but it never hits you.
I'm gonna start keeping bricks over your side of the table.
Oh, I do have a funny story.
It's too late.
No,
Too
the
late.
hell with
No,
you.
no,
Too
time has
late.
passed.
Hell
Time
with
has
you.
passed.
All right.
This is my segment. Thanks
Hey,
very
There's
much.
another one.
Right, come on. What's your
who's
story?
there?
So I have a funny. No, I won't actually tell the funny story because then it'll give up what I really do for a living. So no,
Okay.
that's fine.
Right.
Go
But
ahead.
so do you think it's child abuse?
Yes,
I do
absolutely.
not.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's kind of like that argument with parents getting their kids quads and scramblers and that.
Yes, thank you very much. And you do agree that is in child endangerment.
As someone who
at
actually
best.
used to sell kids quads, looking back at it now, I kind of disagree with it.
You disagree with the selling of it.
I disagree. Like, look, when kids are teenagers, that maybe let them get into it because as
Yes, and there's a time and a place
as a
for
mate
it.
of mine correctly points out, if you get kids into motorsport, they'll never have a cent for drink or drugs.
Yeah,
Very
and
true.
I totally agree with you. You're either a pot smoker, a drinker, or a boy racer. You're not
Meow.
both, unless you're Nathan.
The thing about that, guys,
I'm
is
everything.
that's an act of free will, is it not, to get into those sports? If you want to drive
Yes.
a quad as a child, do you ask?
Well,
your
no.
parents for a quad?
As a child, no. Not
Well-
an act of free will. Beyond you're responsible for that child ultimately.
I mean, you ask most kids, do you want to drive daddy's car?
they're going to say yes.
This child's having a whale of a time.
That kid is having a
Well,
ball.
can I just point out that we did have an incident in Mullingar about a week ago, who the guards are looking for information about. with that young guy on the scrambler.
If you have any information, you can contact us at 085 2727 212.
Yes, you can. So myself and Nathan were actually driving past it when it was happening.
Yeah.
And there was a young lad being dragged off the scrambler. We did talk about it on air, and we asked was it legal for them to be doing that. I did speak to a guard afterwards, and he was telling me a little bit about the situation.
Oh.
Yes. And that's why they're looking for witnesses, because the parents are saying that they were too rough for him. He had a bruise on his neck, so on and so forth. Now, in my opinion, he was 14 years of age. He was on a high-powered motorbike, scrambler, and he was doing up to 70 miles.
I would like to add, I did nearly kill myself off the same model of bike a few weeks previous.
Yeah, they are lethal.
Well, apparently he was doing up to 70 miles an hour along the banks.
Well, we saw it. He wasn't
We saw it. He
flying.
was ripping it.
Yeah.
Now, that's child endangerment. So if you can agree that that's child endangerment, then the picture of this kid has to be equally child endangerment.
Absolutely.
Only this child, the 14-year-old, has a little bit of sense. This 6-month has no choice in the matter. Yeah.
Do you know what
Let
the
him
places
water
I learned
ski.
to drive though?
Huh?
It was in a field in a wreck of an Opel Astra
You were?
at the age of 10, and I was
Okay.
ripping this yoke around the field.
Okay.
And that's where you learn the best car control in a field.
Well, I mean, that's it. We
Run off.
learned our mistakes. We learned a bit about the physics of it. Obviously, we tried handbrake turns and things like that, and we did it.
But I mean, in a field, you have plenty of runoff. You're not going to hit anything.
That's how
Oh, well, I nearly took out one of them. You ever see them telegraph poles? There's like 3 electricity poles. Nearly took out one of them with it.
On a lake.
We do have a friend that did recently take out one of those poles.
Well, we won't talk about
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, we
But
won't talk about that.
on a lake, you've got loads of runoff as well.
Oh, the child can sink.
He's wearing a life jacket.
Have you seen the size of the
he
life
can-
jacket?
he
It's
can
strapped all around him.
It's strapped around him, but they don't make life jackets for 6-month-old babies, and he could slip out of that and die and go to the bottom, and that'd be a tragedy.
Yeah, we got to the last one.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah. So you do think it's child abuse?
Yes.
No.
But babies can actually swim.
Yes, they can when
Babies
they're
naturally-
only born.
Really?
After that, they kind of forget it.
Did I?
Yeah. Yeah. We Google it.
But not if he's always
You know-
encouraged.
Ed, you know me, I'm usually right.
Yeah, you
What was
think
it?
that?
Smug bastard? Was that what you called
Smug
me?
bastard syndrome.
Smug
That's what
bastard.
you suffer greatly.
I have the Jeremy Clarkson smile.
Yeah, he does.
He does. He
does. So
So-
I saved the best for last.
Please.
Firefighters battle blaze from a 22-ton pile of chicken poo.
Delish.
What do you think of that one?
Right, okay.
So firefighters in Britain said that they spent around 3 hours trying to extinguish the flames that started from a 22-ton pile of chicken manure. Basically, the poultry poo can cause spontaneous combustion, and that's how
Wow.
it started.
Well, I mean, of course, there's gases that release from
Yeah.
that, like methane and stuff.
And it took,
Yeah.
took them 3 hours to get it out.
All right. Very
Yeah.
good. 22.
Ton pile of chicken poo.
That's a big pile of shit.
That's a lot of chickens.
That's a big pile of crap.
Look at all those chickens.
The last time I seen a pile of crap that high was Ed.
On the shit heap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
there you go.
I don't claim to be anything else.
So,
Then
yeah.
a piece of
Dirt.
no shit.
Oh, yeah, fine.
So that brings us to the end of the headlines.
Wow, why do you do this? You fly through them.
Well,
What, you're just relying on him to provide content.
Yeah.
He provides content. It's still not good enough.
Yeah, but the problem is, I want him to, take up a half an hour.
okay.
20
Well,
minutes
you
in.
know what? Maybe
you know
I'll
what?
do. Maybe I'll do 4 next week.
Maybe next week you should, between now and next week,
Mm-hmm.
you should go out and create the news.
Ooh.
Oh, you could create your own weird headline.
That's not to say you make it up. That's to say you make it
Go
happen.
out and do it.
Man arrested for assaulting another man with a 20-inch dildo.
I'm sure it's happened.
Probably
Oh, it
has.
definitely has.
Yeah.
I mean,
mean,
if
you
you,
got-
got,
you-
if you were wielding a 20-inch dildo, you'd definitely slap someone in the
Like
face with it.
Excalibur.
Aiden got assaulted with a dildo.
I did get assaulted. with
Yes.
it. Actually, what was it? Yeah, it was.
By a
What's the
woman.
difference between a dildo and a vibrator?
Well,
Well, vibrators can be
Like the
tiny
smooth
little-
job?
smooth.
It can be just a tiny little motor in a
like
bullet-shaped
the
thing, or
bullet
it can be a
shape,
big.
yeah.
And it can be a big yoke you plug into the wall.
The other one is like a phallic,
Yeah, dildo is the big,
Big.
rubbery knob
Yeah.
thing.
veiny.
a big ray gun.
And we'd also like to say hello to Martin's mother, who's listening tonight.
Oh.
Hello.
Hey, Mum. ID.
Can we say your mum's name?
D.
D.
Hey D.
Hi D.
Hi, D.
Yeah, D. It does kind of settle down from the bad language and the vulgarity in the second half of the show, but then we ramp it up right at the end. So it's probably best if you tune out just then.
Yeah.
You don't hear any of the naughty things your son gets up to.
Keep listening.
Listen, we'll give a quick shout out to Philip. He's listening, and
Philippe?
I can't pronounce this person's name. Can you pronounce that, Ed?
Oh, that's Adam.
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 Welcome to the
you
show,
couldn't
Adam.
pronounce Adam?
It's not Adam.
No, it's
spelled-
Adam
like
Oscailga.
Adav.
Adam.
Aduv.
Okay.
Anyway,
well,
yeah.
I know, I went to college with Adam.
And
for a
Philip
while.
says, well, Martin, what's up, buddy?
That's a crack, man.
That's
Yeah.
Philip Keaveney. Shout
Yeah.
out to Philip Keaveney.
Can I just ask Martin a personal
Yeah,
question?
yeah, yeah.
Martin, is this your first podcast?
This is my first podcast.
So that's why he's sitting nervously and quiet.
He's got a smooth radio voice.
I wouldn't say that man is nervous fibre in his being.
He does have a voice. We spoke about this already. He could do me a favor, lean into that mic, get right in there, right? And what I want you to say is, in a world.
Let's go.
Off you go.
In a world.
Oh my God. You're hired.
Oh, I got a stiffy. That was nice.
That was good.
Yeah. One man. You do a hell of a lot better than I do. Right, so I suppose you know what that is? That's the Jamaica coming out of you.
Oh,
That's that deep voice. Because Jamaicans, as far as I know, any Jamaican I've ever seen, they're like, yeah, man.
We jam on.
See, and here it comes out the stereotypical accent that we do. Do they actually sound like that? You've never been there.
I've never been to Jamaica.
What an
no.
asshole. He doesn't go to his mother country.
I'd love to go to Montserrat, though.
Yes. I think we'd all like to go to Montserrat for the very same reason, because it is the Black Irish, is that what they're called?
The home of the Black Irish.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Nathan is unaware of this.
I am.
So,
Please-
you actually, Martin, you would be the best person to describe Montserrat. Go ahead.
Enlighten me.
He's clearing his chest, people.
Put him under pressure here.
So, Montserrat is the home of the Black Irish. So, there were lots of settled Africans in the Caribbean for many years. And a lot of Irish pioneers, privateers for the Royal English Navy made their way to the Caribbean and settled with a lot of these people. What's quite interesting is that England had many slaves back in the day, and a lot of them were from Africa, so they actually integrated with the Irish people. Back in the day, Irish people had to deal with a lot of hardships, the famine and such.
Yep.
So we traveled, we made our way around the world, and yet we were stuck in a similar position as black slaves for the English. And the Royal Navy treated us all the same. If you would remember back in the day, they had signs outside pubs, no blacks, no Irish, no dogs.
Yes, I know that.
Right.
And Martin, don't forget, we have an agreement that soon we're going to hang a sign in the studio that says no dogs, no blacks, no Irish. And that's not going to come across racist, because you know why? We're Irish.
Yeah.
So we can say this shit.
It was about us.
So continue, Martin. Sorry, go ahead.
Phil Lynott is a big Irish...
Now, in fairness, before the show started, we were talking about the N-word. And we were saying, you know, Martin's the only person who can legitimately say the N-word without us getting banned from Facebook. We can say it, but we'll get banned.
Yeah.
So he can say it as much as he wants. And he's wondering, he says, oh, sure, Phil Lynott was a big Irish N-word. Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, you can say that. We can't.
He'll warm into it.
So, yeah, no, continue about Montserrat.
Well, what's quite interesting about Montserrat is that they have Irish roots. These are African people that live on an island in the middle of an ocean like ourselves, that sing Irish songs, have Irish names, Irish culture.
And Irish accents.
Irish accents.
Well, how did I never notice?
You want to hear them. There's a black guy sitting outside the pub, and this guy is as black as the ace of spades. And he sits there and he's drinking his pint of Guinness and he's tooraloo.
No way.
Like, Jesus
I'm going to be
Christ.
YouTubing this straight after.
Yeah, and if anybody's listening, you should definitely look it up. It's the What is the title of the video?
Montserrat, the home of the Black Irish.
Montserrat, the home of
Nice.
the Black Irish. Google that. Not right now, because if you do it, then you're not listening to the show. And if you are listening to the show, get texting 085 27 27 212. I didn't have to look at the wall there.
I have it. It's in my brain.
282820. And just for unison again, what is the number of the post office?
1890 2222. God's sake.
God, we're terrible.
Do you remember that ad, Martin?
Pat Short.
It is, yeah.
I do.
Yeah. Every Irish person knows that number. We need to make up a stupid song
For our number.
For our number.
Yeah.
And we can do it because we have the talent, Nathan.
We do.
We do. You and I. What were we doing in this studio till about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, me and Aiden were doing karaoke on these mics last night
And
Yep.
there was other people in the building.
in bed.
No, in the building.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, they were upstairs in the office.
office,
at about
yeah.
doing stuff at that hour of the morning, and they were complaining because we were singing at the top of our voices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had headphones on, you have to remember.
And I wouldn't mind. Nathan got to a specific part of a song, and his voice cracked a little bit, and I said, "No, go back and just go for it." And he went for it, but then I went for it as well, and I'm sure that the entire building heard what
We
we were doing.
screamed.
Yeah,
What song was it?
We did about 25 different songs.
I think Jason Mraz, "I'm Yours."
Yeah, one of the, and then we were doing like Dean Martin and
Start spreading the news.
No,
Can I
don't.
just point out that Ed, who doesn't like to be called a snowflake, you sure do behave like one. You're
Why?
sitting there drinking your. I'll just describe for people who are listening that he's sitting across from me wearing a, what do you call that,
a
John?
Komodo.
No, Komodo is a.
Komodos are the lizard Komodo dragon.
Kimono.
Kimono.
He's wearing a kimono with his Supernatural Dogshit cap on. He is now pouring what looks to be green tea from this little porcelain pot.
It's gunpowder tea.
Gunpowder tea. Explain.
It's just called gunpowder tea because it looks like gunpowder until you scald it.
And if anybody can hear that little in the background,
hold on.
that's him.
Wait.
It's not coming out at exactly the highest pressure there, is it?
No, it's not because it's got a very small.
Do you know what that
spout.
reminds me of?
What?
Me ejaculating.
Oh.
Just a little dribble.
Just a little dribble. The older you get, the worse it gets.
All right, fine. I won't have my.
Years ago, it used to like just shoot out like cannon light. Yeah. These days, it's more along the lines of, you know,
It's already descended into anarchy here.
it's a
D,
cough.
D, I'm so sorry.
I wouldn't mind. D came up to the door, and I said to Martin when he came in, I said, "Was that your girlfriend?" He said, "No, that's my mother." I said, oh, she looks so young. So D, that's a compliment to you. You look really, really young. Now, in fairness, it was a bit dark, so I couldn't tell, but you do look very young.
Yeah, that's a good compliment.
It's a wonderful compliment. I hope she's sitting at home now saying, "That's a lovely compliment," after you were talking about ejaculating.
Oh, God, Aiden.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
So, Ed, you know what we're going to do this week?
What?
Look, it's only 9:30.
We've
Well,
loads
what are we
to go.
gonna do?
Well, we'll do the serious bit from 10 o'clock on.
Yes. So we're gonna go over to do Mr. Harris's usual bit.
We're doing it early tonight.
Oh, we're doing it early
Yeah,
tonight.
we're gonna
yeah?
do a little bit early
Oh,
tonight.
okay, yeah,
And
let's
the
get-
reason why I'm genuinely sitting here in anticipation, going, "How terrible is it going to be this week?"
Wait, what was wrong with last?
It was shite.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my head down and have a
Hold
nap.
on. What was it that he was talking about last week?
RT.
See, there's it. How would we even remember? If it was good, we'd remember.
It was RTE.
Yeah.
The only one you remember is where you got landed on it.
Don't even remember that. We fell asleep halfway through it, actually.
Actually, we started talking and having a conversation while you were
did,
doing
Yeah,
it.
ye stood up out of your seats in protest
Yes.
at being asked to take your rightful place in the shit heap.
Unknowingly that, you know, that the shit heap, you know, you're putting us on the shit heap and we don't even know what the shit heap is.
Shit.
Or why why did we go on it? Because we're politically inept or
Yeah.
something?
Politically illiterate.
Politically illiterate in Ireland with Irish politics.
Yeah.
Yeah, not with
The
American
politics that it directly affects
you
you.
know, we're not the superpower, the Americans are.
Roll the
Yeah,
thing.
wait,
I'm done with you.
Before we
What?
go,
What?
Dee says, thanks, guys.
Hi, Dee.
She is here.
Dee, again, we're so sorry about the ejaculation stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
It only gets worse.
it does. It does. It really does.
So, yeah, we're going to go over to Mr. Harris now for his weekly installment of The Shit Heap. Shouldn't be a story, not even a peep. That's why it's going on Ed Shit Heap. Yeah. Mr. Harris.
Hot seat
It's
again.
bi-weekly.
It's bi-weekly?
Yeah, because I do it twice a week.
Okay, fair enough.
Except for that first week.
Like you being bisexual.
I'm not bisexual.
You could be.
With your little...
How?
I don't know. You have that bisexual vibe.
No, he actually doesn't.
It's for radio. Come on.
Yeah, you know what? You're very bisexual.
There
right?
you go. Martin, does he look bisexual? Would you take him as a bisexual person?
In kimono?
Yeah,
With
there
his
you
little
go.
tea mug.
Definitely.
100% manly.
So let's.
I don't need to prove myself to you losers because you're all in a shit heap.
Well,
Except you, Martin. Not yet.
Just for any of our listeners, go out and grab a pillow and put it beside your head and get comfortable. Drink a nice hot cup of Horlicks and relax to the dulcet sounds and fall asleep with Ed's boring shit heap. Off you go, Ed.
I'm going to put my head on the table.
Yeah. Now. There we go.
Oh my god. Right. Anyway. I might just put you guys in the shit heap again.
No, you can't do that. That's just
It's
cheating.
my shit heap.
Yes, you can.
It's my shit heap. I can agitate the shit heap when I want. You know?
It is his
composting.
segment.
It's all
Okay.
about composting, man.
So no, wait, let's sit
So
back
anyhow,
and
right.
relax.
This week on the shit heap is Westmeath County Council. But no. Hang on, bear with me. Right, whatever about the fiasco with the lights, whatever about digging up the town and not telling anyone they were going to do it, and whatever about the fact that the main point of contact the town had with anything to do with the roadworks that was going on, it was the actual contractors doing the work. You asshole.
Oh, you woke me up with your snoring, Aiden.
No, can I
But
just...
they did vote to raise the local property tax by 15%.
Wow, I don't own property here, so I'm cool with that.
No.
Can I just point
But
out-
it will affect our rent.
I was having a look at our statistics on who our listeners are. We have listeners in Australia. We have listeners in Canada. We have listeners in America, North America, South America, listeners in the UK. And I'm pretty damn sure that they're going, Westmeath County Council? What? Who gives a shite? There are warlords out there who deserve to go on the shit heap, and you're putting the county council on the shit heap.
Anyway, back to the shit
we,
heap.
need, we
Sorry.
still need to bed it down.
Back to the shit heap.
Everything's going to get there eventually. We're going to have loads of stuff to put in the shit heap because there is no shortage of shitheads out there.
Okay, I'm going to be a little bit sarcastic here, but let's get all excited. Go, explain. Was that it?
That was it.
Oh, for
What do you want me to say? What? I'm not going to put in the effort. You're just going to berate me every week anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
Until
there you go. Here's my lack of effort.
Ergo, vis-a-vis, concordantly. But if you actually done a shit heap where you were like, see those damn whatever, and give out hell about something.
I don't care. It's a poison chalice I inherited.
You did inherit it.
Yeah. Well, there.
But here's the thing: if you one of these weeks, you could surprise us, and we'll go, Ed, well done, well done.
yeah.
That was amazing.
Do you know what the best part about the shit heap is?
We get to have a snooze.
No, the song that we made for it.
I know. It is a bit of a guilty pleasure, isn't it?
Philip says here, contractors, question mark. And Dara Mooney says, Jesus, lads.
Dara, a long time. And you know, Dara's, the hair that was on his head is, it's going off his head at a phenomenal rate.
I'm sorry for your loss, Dara.
Yeah.
That's a lovely thing to bring up.
It is, isn't it? He's going bald. Oh, no, actually, he did shave it. I did see him. He looked like something out of a concentration camp. Yeah, he looked bad.
Hey, I'm right there with you, man.
Oh, yeah, you're going bald as well, aren't you?
Oh, can we see? Oh.
See, now he's...
What is this now? Rip on Awaken Dominion now or what?
Look at him selfishly promoting his band.
Go on, do a little bit of band
Go on.
promotion.
Well,
We'll let
actually,
you.
go ahead.
Martin's in the band as well.
Okay, no, you walk away. I
didn't know
Tell
that.
us all about
Yeah.
the Awaken Dominion.
Two of us.
Huh? Two of us will do it, Martin.
Absolutely.
No worries. Oh yeah, that's a really mature way to
We're just going to
approach it,
mute Mr. Doyle right now.
Yeah, please do.
Come on.
Oh, look.
No, seriously.
I don't think you get to give out to Richie anymore.
Why is that?
Your unruly behaviour.
This evening?
Yeah.
I'm being quite pleasant, actually.
Oh, are you?
I am. Wait till we get to the second half of the show and we actually talk about our topic.
Oh, yeah.
You and I are going
Holy
to fall out.
shit.
I think everybody's going to fall
How are
out.
we going to fall out?
Because we always fall out
We
about
never
these
fall out.
lefty and left versus right stuff. Oh, no, we don't. Well, not fall out. We argue.
We discuss.
No, we argue.
Do we?
Well,
I don't walk away from it saying, oh, he's a fucking prick. Fuck that guy.
Curse.
no. Oh.
For a point of emphasis, though, you know what I mean.
Yes, we do.
So anyway, give us some shameless promotion from your band.
Yeah, go ahead.
2E.
Well, when did we start? 2010? No. I started with them in 2010.
Yeah.
And then when did this start originally? 06.
06.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was the boys.
Man, a few words.
And where can you find your music?
You can find our music on Bandcamp. Is that still live or is that all taken down?
Bandcamp.
Yeah.
There was
We're
this one
on
time.
YouTube.
Summer at Bandcamp.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Um,
When are you guys playing a gig again? Do you know?
Nobody's playing any gigs.
Nobody's playing any
It's
gigs.
COVID, you
Yeah, but
moron.
there's people playing live music down in Daly's tomorrow night.
No, there's not, is there?
Yeah.
I hope
thought
they're
they were
wearing
allowed.
masks.
Tonic House Collective is playing tomorrow night in Daly's.
Oh,
Yeah.
very good. Well, I'd say it'll be a while before we get any metal gigs, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I
because
think
nobody wants it.
I don't know.
That's just me and you, Aiden.
Hold on, Martin thinks. Oh, go ahead, Martin.
I do.
We, we are on the bill of IMMF next year. So
No,
Yeah.
no idea
that's
what that
going to be
IMMF.
Ireland's grassroots or
means.
Irish metal festival.
IMMF.
Iron Mountain Metal Festival.
Why in the name of Christ would they say IMM? Because IMM is a bit of a tongue twister. IMMF. IMMF.
Look, it is what it is.
IMF.
Imph.
Yeah.
Look,
So, Martin, you were going to say something there, but you're gone very quiet. And this is not usually like you. You do talk a lot.
I believe the IMMF will be our next gig, as far as I can see things going at the moment. Yeah.
And how many
Yep.
followers or subscribers or people are involved in the IMMF?
Well, we've got Philip Keaveney for one. He's
Oh, I
the
know
main
him.
organizer.
Yeah, I know him.
No, do you?
No, not
he's
a clue.
talking
you don't.
bollocks.
I haven't a clue who he is.
He was commenting at the start of the show. So he's actually listening.
Oh,
Nice.
sorry.
Shout
So,
out.
yeah, metal's awesome. Yeah.
No. Dara says we want facts. 05, I believe.
05?
Did I say that right?
Oh,
05?
yeah, it was. Was it 05? Well,
05?
Dara would know better.
Ah.
Because originally it was Dara, Grev, Anto, and Chris Cunningham. Who's the drummer? Who's the original drummer?
Wayne Mulch.
Was it Wayne Walsh?
Yep.
Always.
Yeah, so Ed's going to go missing for a few weeks and Dara's going to come on the show and to take her place.
Oh, fair enough.
No, in fairness, you know what I think we were going to do?
What?
Get a blow-up doll and sit it there. And just because that would be as informative as Ed's shit heap.
Jeez, we are ripping on him tonight. Oh my God.
So,
Oh.
genuinely, is that the only thing you have in the heap this week?
What? The county council putting
Yeah.
up the local property tax. And
Is that it? He
but
gets
they are shitheads.
he gets three
That's not
headlines.
shit.
He gets three
What? You
headlines.
want three things in the shit heap?
I filled 20 minutes.
No,
You filled 20
you
minutes.
filled 20 seconds, according to your ex.
Oh, dark. Anto says he's got a funny one. He goes, "Are awaken on YouTube?" Question mark with a little laughy faces.
I said that. They are on YouTube, yes.
Great, good
We
one.
are on the YouTube. We've even got a music video up on the YouTube.
Udentube?
I've seen it
Mm.
in Ambrook Car Park.
It is in the Anbrook.
I
car
have
park,
seen
yes.
that. I've seen it. You know. So yeah,
Awaken
yeah.
Dominion.
But we've shared the stage
Selfishly.
with such great names such as Count Tornado.
Oh, jeez.
shout out count.
Man,
And also, guys, Brian Masterson was originally your drummer.
he was originally the drummer, but I wasn't
was?
sure.
Yes, that's from Dara.
Wow.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I feel
Awaken Dominion.
I feel like I know more about Waking Dominion now.
Can we just say
It's
to
that long ago. Give me a break. It's more than half a lifetime.
Can we just say that for any of our listeners who have no clue what we're talking about here, Awaken Dominion is a heavy metal band.
Yes.
Heavy metal. So it's
Groove metal.
It's give me a famous heavy metal band because I know none of them that you'd be compare
Is
yourself. to.
Metallica like heavy metal?
No, they're more rocky metal.
Are they?
Do you know what?
Is Slipknot heavy metal?
Check it out and make your own mind up.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you, sneaky.
Or is it?
Or is it?
But
Maybe
we don't sound like anyone else.
You do.
What band wants to say, oh yeah, we sound like someone else?
Yeah, watch this. That's
He's
exactly
so
what you're
bad.
doing.
Oh wow, you are just as intelligent as those dickheads I had in secondary school.
You know what?
Wow,
I
you're
could be the
you're
lead
so
singer.
witty.
I am so
You're
witty.
so witty and so hilarious.
I'm
Oh
pre-
my god, what are you
I'm
wasting your
pretty
time on this
sure
podcast
the
for?
people at no, see, this is my platform to the rest of the world to show them how witty and hilarious I
Oh,
actually
really?
am. Yes, I am. So this is me and Ed falling now.
Yeah. What's going on here tonight?
We'll space dock the
Everybody's
hell.
in great form. And to be honest, before the show, everybody was a bit tired and sleepy. And as soon as the show started,
Yeah, I did say this to you earlier.
yeah,
We did have this conversation.
you did. Anything? To
No,
talk?
no,
Really?
no. I'm bored now.
We have a moment's silence for Awaken Dominion.
The death of Awakening.
Sorry.
Absolute dirtbags. Anyway, we will be taking over the show. We will have a heavy metal dog shit.
Actually, no, it's not heavy metal dog shit.
It is going to be heavy metal dog
I
shit.
thought you were going with something else.
No, heavy metal dog shit.
That's not very creative.
Well, that's what we're doing. We're going to take that logo that we have and we are
okay.
going to...
Wait.
Copyright.
No, did anybody else just hear that?
Yeah.
No.
Ed's phone rang.
And we all said put your phones in silence.
What was it I said just 2 seconds before we went on air?
I thought I did.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I did.
Can
I'm
I just
sorry.
point
I do
out-
apologise.
That's the second week in a row.
That is the second week in a row.
That is
I do
the second
apologise.
I feel like I'm ripping too much on Ed tonight. I should move it over to you, the man who wants love.
No.
What was it you said to me last night?
I don't know. What did I
This
say
is
to
the
you?
longest I've ever been single.
Oh, can we not?
I'm lonely.
Can we not?
Oh, somebody loves me.
Fuck off.
Oh.
Yeah, right?
Who done that song? Akon, was it? That stupid song.
Oh,
no.
Lonely. I'm so lonely. Yeah.
Look, we all like getting our dick wet now and again.
Oh, stop.
Look. Oh.
I said ejaculate to be nice.
Yeah.
and you just throw out the D.
My bad. At least I didn't curse.
Not to D, the listener, his
God.
mother. I mean the D.
There was no
letter
need.
D.
There was no need to even say that.
Yeah, I
Leave
didn't want
the
any
mothers out of this.
I didn't want any confusion there whatsoever.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
So yeah, Martin, you were so quiet over there. What the hell is going on?
He's waiting for his big moment.
This is your big moment. You now have the mic. We're not going to say anything for the next 20 seconds, and I tell you why I say 20, because I fear that we may have to jump in and say, go.
Put me on the spot, guys.
Yeah. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your background, or are we going to save that for later?
I think we saved that for later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just tell us something. Just come on. Make the listeners interested in you.
A story, a riddle,
Yeah.
a joke,
Yeah.
a racist joke.
Oh, he's under so much
It will
pressure.
tie in nicely to
I
tonight's topic.
love this,
Yeah,
by
I
the
know.
way. I can see the sweat rolling down his forehead now. And I'm sure he's going, you bastard, shut up.
Fuck every single one of you.
Oh, I like it.
There you go.
That's fair. That's fair.
So Dee, this is your son. This is the guy you've been raising for years, and you know all this wealth of knowledge that he has buried within him. He's been given a platform to discuss, and so here we go again. So go. I love this.
The tumbleweed goes by. Dee actually says loneliness is a state of being. I don't know what that's in relation to, but yeah.
You.
Lonely.
Oh, me. Shit, I wasn't even thinking.
Oh, wait.
D.
Now, this genuinely isn't supposed to come across the way I'm about to say it, but is your mother single?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Right. No, I just wanted to know.
Creep.
She's very good looking.
You're a creep.
She's very good looking.
D. Aiden's not attractive.
I'm not D. I'm fiercely overweight.
You can do so much better.
I'm the young, handsome one here.
D, if you were to marry Hitler, if he was still alive, you'd be doing so much better than me.
Yeah.
I am a pig dressed as a human.
Fair juice to you. Fair
It is
juice.
true. It is true.
I am.
He literally wallows in his own.
Do you know what I've noticed lately, by the way? When I lean my head back, the fat rolls at the side of my neck pop out. Hold on. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's
I have a fat neck.
Voluptuous.
Yeah,
a feck.
neck.
Feck?
Yeah. well,
Like
that-
cankles, but fankle. I don't know.
And I have a muffin top.
What's that?
The belly.
Love hands.
Hanging out over the trousers. Yeah. Although JJ was here earlier.
He's so mean. He turns around
You're
to
so mean
No,
to everyone.
he
Why-
literally-
What do you get out of being a knob end?
He literally turned around to JJ earlier and goes, Jesus, JJ, you're so fat. Just out of nowhere, like.
Well, see,
And you
here's-
were saying it to another mate of ours earlier on.
I was on
Yeah.
Facebook. What was the messages I sent on Facebook?
You're fat and
You're fat
ugly,
and ugly.
but really fat.
Yeah, and then I said, but did I mention you're fat?
Yeah, also,
No, that was
Martin, the fans want you to show us your wisdom.
That was it.
He does have a voice like velvet.
You do. So
Thank you.
I was kind of expecting the first hour to go.
To go, yeah, because the first hour is jokey, second hour serious,
Yeah.
last hour dirty.
Off the wall.
Yeah. And, like, I'm just going to say that you flew through your headlines. Ass face over here decided to you give us one county council on the shit. Oh, do you know what we can do to kill like 20 seconds of time? We never played Mr. Harris out, and we love this jingle so much.
We're so proud of it.
Oh, for fuck's sake. You just got to play it again.
And stop
That's
your
all
language.
you're going to do.
Oh, wait.
That's
What
that's
mic are you?
nothing.
Number 3. There we go.
Muted.
Shouldn't be a story, not even a peep. That's why it's going on Ed Shit Heap. It's my favourite part of the day.
I love it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a lot more fun than your segment.
Mean.
That was me
Do you
hitting the
know,
table angrily.
someone who's
Bald, old and fat.
bald
Also, Aiden-
and as fussy as you will never be happy.
Yeah.
This is true. This is probably
You
why
will
I'm...
never be happy.
Well,
you
D-
desire too much.
I
D
do.
actually says here, beauty comes from the inside.
Oh, beauty. No.
No,
D.
his insides is
He's
nasty.
He's an ugly man.
No, but D, if you seen me, you would change your opinion. You'd go, my God, I would rather look at a bus full of kids on fire than be looking at him.
Wow, what a metaphor.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at you now. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I don't even have nice eyes.
Speaking of a bus full of kids, do you know what Aiden wants to be done with him when he dies?
I think we told the listeners this, didn't we?
Well, we have new listeners.
Okay, so tell the listeners what I want done with my body after I die.
So when Aiden dies, he wants to be brought up to a tall building,
Yes.
thrown off the top of it,
Yes.
as a bus full of kids drives by,
Yes.
and he goes splat in front of the bus full of kids.
And scar those little assholes for the rest of their lives.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And the viewers have all left.
Bye.
So yeah.
If you had an Aiden Doyle, like a living actual Aiden Doyle, but he was action figure sized, say this was something you could buy in a supermarket, what would you do to it?
He'd be like Action Man. He'd go all the way around. He'd have no pieces.
No. It'd be a living. It's just it literally exists as Aiden
What would I do
with
to-
Aiden's experience.
What would I do to
But
it?
it's
Or like
small.
a voodoo doll.
No, a real Aiden, but he's shrank down really small.
Oh.
And you go to the shop and you buy a little Aiden. What would you do to him?
I know what I do.
What?
Okay.
Make him lose weight.
Oh,
I know what
I know what I'd do.
What?
Go on.
Oh, I'd make him get a personality.
Ooh. Yeah, but you have to buy the personality separately.
Well, obviously.
It's an extra.
I know what I would do.
Send him to years of counselling.
I would pick the little asshole up, you know, because he's only about, what, 8 inches tall?
Yeah, something like that.
So
yeah.
you are a little asshole, yeah.
I'd pick him up and then, like, crack his head off the side of the table.
We should try that later.
Because there only should be one of me. I would only inflict one of me on the world.
Oh, yeah, but no, these are sold in the shop.
I know, that'd be a terrible idea.
Why?
Because it'd be many me.
Like little action men figures.
Oh,
The
imagine
doll
if
that-
they got together and got organised.
Yeah, but it would be the doll that insults your children. Lose weight, you little fat kid.
Oh god,
Something like that.
We
I don't
really
know.
are just trying to fill airtime.
We are. It's descending. Usually it's not this crazy until the last hour.
No.
You know, usually our stories go on and Richie's normally here and he's great for filling
Yeah, he
time.
just talks.
We just sit back and roll a cigarette and just let him waffle on.
Yeah, Richie, if you want to call in, you know,
Yeah. 085
27
27
212. We mixed that up, but anyway.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Philip says, I want to be buried in a biodegradable mushroom coffin.
Oh, yeah, they compost your corpse.
Is that a thing?
Yep.
Ooh, so you can get like high off them mushrooms?
No.
Ugh.
No, you die, and the casket itself is made out of a compressed mushroom, which then breaks down, and the mycelium from it breaks your body down into the soil.
And you become one with the
You
earth.
asked the question, I answered it. Well, you moron.
Here's the thing, I do know a few.
Why do you ask questions?
I do know-
Why do you ask questions you can't handle the
I
answer?
know a few people that if you were to turn them into mushrooms or some kind of drug that you would get super high off of.
Oh, yeah.
Or if you
Some
drank their
people-
pee.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
if you drank their pee.
Martin, did you hear the episode where there was a pint of pee put on the table for the entire night in front of me?
No.
You should listen to that episode.
Yeah.
Then you should also listen to an episode titled Sauteed Foot.
Yeah.
Sauteed foot.
Yeah.
And you should definitely listen
will.
to the episode number 5 with Pierce.
Fierce Pox.
Fierce Pox.
And there's him doing his weekly,
Actually,
bi-weekly coughing.
we may as well do a little plug too. Pierce Fox is on the show on the 6th of October. We can't wait. And we actually have a woman from LA, Brianne Davis. She's going to be calling in. And she has her own podcast.
Lovely. And what is the topic?
That night.
Yes.
Like sex kinks and sex addiction and weird things.
That suits us down to the ground.
Yeah, we can talk about that all night.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You know, you can, as the host of the show, the hosts of the show, you know, this is a platform where we can talk about really weird things and get off on it.
Get off on it. You're a creep.
I am.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you know.
But yeah, her thing is like sex addiction, and her podcast is like people getting raped and stuff, and just mad.
Yeah,
mad
what
stuff.
is her backstory? What was that?
Don't.
She's an actress of that film Jarhead.
Yes, thanks a million.
She
It
did
saved
a few
me.
Things like that.
Yeah, she was in Jarhead.
She was in Jarhead and she was in a couple of TV shows as well.
She also has the blue tick beside her name on Instagram.
She's official,
Yeah.
like Anne, who was on Tuesday, who did a fabulous interview. Good evening, Anne. Doubt she's listening to the show, but good evening. So what else about, what was her name? Brianne?
Brianne, yeah.
Is it Brianne or Brianna?
We don't really know.
Okay, so the girl
I'll have to speak to her in person.
in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So what's
Well,
her
Pierce
backstory?
is going to be here. We're going to be talking about sex kinks, and her backstory is she's her own podcast called The Secret Life,
Okay.
and she talks about things that like people don't usually talk about.
Okay, so
Like there was a man. Do you remember?
Who was raped,
Do you remember
yeah,
this story?
yeah.
There was a man on her podcast who was raped when he was 22 years old by a priest.
Whoa, you're right. He was 22.
He was 22
when he was raped.
Yes.
Now that I don't understand.
How do you not just fight him off?
Now, if some priest came over to me and started coming on to me, and I'm 22 years of age, I'm pretty sure that I'm fit and able enough to beat that priest up.
Yeah.
And yet
And didn't he also say that while the priest was raping him, he got a hard on and ejaculated?
And ejaculated as well.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, that's a natural phenomenon that happens.
Well, you know, I did hear.
I've tried it, doesn't work.
It was a long time ago. What with the priest? I did hear a long time ago that some women, after being raped, now we're getting serious now, but some women who have been raped had orgasms. and they have to go and see psychiatrists for this because they feel mega guilty for having an orgasm, which I don't understand why you'd feel guilty.
You can't help it.
You know, of course, you know,
Probably
your
fear-induced or something, you
well,
know?
no, your genitalia doesn't know you're
It's
being
sensitive,
raped.
yeah.
You know, it is a sensitive area, and it's as simple as I don't think anybody should ever be embarrassed or ashamed about being raped, or an orgasm that comes along with it. But
That's a topic for another podcast.
it is. Yeah, it is a topic for that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be talking about all that on the 6th of October.
I think we'll specifically talk about her mate if we get permission. The guy who was raped at 22.
Yeah, he says the priest's name and everything. It happened in Italy. It happened in Sicily.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, I'd rather get her side of it because we only listen to 5 minutes of that podcast. We could be taking it out of context.
Yeah, we could.
So it's unbecoming for us to talk about this.
Well, we listened to
we
a good
actually
bit.
listened to
We
it.
sat and listened to it one night.
Did you?
We made a point to listen to it, yeah.
All right. Well, I didn't.
Richie Van Beck says, I thought priests only fiddled to children. So did we.
Well,
Well,
there
actually,
you go.
there's one of the hosts of the show here does have a friend in Dublin who is a priest and had to leave the priesthood because he was gay and got married.
Yeah.
That's right, isn't it?
He practiced as a priest for the whole time, and he was with a man the whole time.
Yeah.
Nobody knew.
We had a priest in our secondary school. I don't know if you'd actually remember him. We'll not mention his name, but he was a young priest. He'd just gotten into it. But before that, in his former life, he was a real player.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't know that.
But he eventually left the priesthood like 2 or 3 years later. Went straight back to it. I think he's got a family.
Well, not to blame the
That
Catholic
now.
Church on this, but if you get a bunch of men in their prime and you take away their ability to have sex, what do you think is going to happen? They can't marry, they can't have sex, they have to have a life of abstinence.
But isn't it also true that they did it to younger boys more than younger girls because younger boys wouldn't tell?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a that's a sad fact.
Yeah. Also,
unfortunately.
D says to Aiden, here, well said.
On?
About the rape thing, I'd say.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. So, and there's another one here from Philip. I'm going to read it out. I haven't actually got to read it, so I'm just going to. Could be bad, it could be good.
Yeah, just
It's-
stop yourself
it's
if
long.
you see a word.
So it says, yeah, it's way better for the environment. The usual coffins break down super slow, whilst the mushroom coffin breaks you down, and you end up feeding the ecology fungi. Have been used to break radiation to mushrooms. Our class. It's
Yep.
Not word of the best, but thanks very much.
Okay, so
Maybe I didn't read it properly.
what was that about radiation?
Certain types of mushroom can dissipate heavy metals and radiation, like nuclear fallout.
Ooh, so all we
And
have to do is
sunflowers can do it as
grow
well.
mushrooms around Chernobyl and we're fine.
Well, there is actually a weird fungus they discovered growing that is eating the radioactive material. They
But does that
took a note
fungus
of it in
then
the
not
90s.
become radioactive?
No, it's able to totally get rid of it.
But radioactive material has a half-life. It can't be destroyed like
no,
that.
okay, apparently certain funguses can do it. Like certain fungus can glow in the dark.
Well, you know what I'm going to do, Ed? I'm going to write that down. You know why?
Why?
Because I like to call you out on your bullshit.
Fine, go for it.
Martin, what do you think about the whole mushroom coffin thing? Would you go for it?
I think it's pretty interesting. I've heard about a biopod where
Right.
they plant a tree,
Yeah.
and the tree basically consumes you. The roots consume
Oh,
you,
wow.
and the tree grows. But I haven't heard about anything like that in Ireland. It
No,
actually
no,
being
me neither.
legal to bury a body in
Yeah.
these biopods, but they're built for that specifically, and I think it's a great idea.
No, it is.
What do you think of cryogenically freezing people?
In case they can be like
In
brought
case
back
of
later.
what?
Huh?
Like future,
Society is about to collapse.
Like
In
Simon
case
Cowell.
of what?
like Futurama.
Simon Cowell, he's getting cryogenically frozen.
How much is that costing them?
Oh, fortune. But here's the thing. There was it was a big fad for a while, but then there was news released that, what are you thinking, you assholes? Of course you're not going to be able to be brought back to life, because what does frost do? It expands. And every
Oh, they'll all
vessel, blood vessel in you, every
gonna
brain
split.
cell will burst
Makes
when
sense.
you freeze. And you can't unburst these things. So it's a stupid idea. It's a waste of money. If you want to be preserved, get yourself out into the outer atmosphere.
What, you won't decompose up there?
You shouldn't. There's a balance up there where it's warm enough but cold enough that you shouldn't decompose because there's a lack of oxygen.
So there's going to be like a lot of dead bodies
On
floating
balloons.
around in a
Yeah.
in a
On balloon
satellite.
strings, yeah. Like flying a kite. Only your granddad on it. Granddad kites. Let's go fly a kite.
Speaking of balloons in the sky, did you see the David Blaine thing that he did?
What?
No.
Did you
What do you do now?
Thing on YouTube.
I seen him on.
Ascendance. Or
He held on to balloons, just holding on, nothing else, and
balloons.
what was it?
Ascension.
Is that what he called it? Ascension.
So when you say balloons, are
Filled
you
with
talking
helium.
about just
like
one big balloon
Yeah.
or a lot of small
one big balloon?
balloons?
I'm pretty sure. And
Okay.
He just held on to it, and
Okay.
he goes across the Grand Canyon. I want to say,
Crazy.
just holding on, no safety, no nothing.
Well, it wasn't his record for holding your breath underwater beaten there recently.
I'm not sure.
Because I think it was 8 minutes and something.
He was on the Joe Rogan podcast.
He was, and to be quite honest with you, I love Joe Rogan. I do like his podcast. But Joe, you know, man, you got to spice it up a little bit. He is in a lot of hot water. Did you see the new headlines today that Spotify are thinking of sacking him?
For what now?
Because he gave misinformation on the fires.
Yeah.
But I
over
thought he
in
came
Los
out and
Angeles.
apologised for it, and Spotify had come out and said, "Oh yeah, well, we stand by him."
Well, I read a headline to Nathan earlier, and it just disappeared off my phone.
Yeah, it was like you weren't meant to see it.
Exactly, and it was Spotify already have dropped Joe Rogan.
Yeah, but it's not.
And I was like, "Where's that headline gone?" I have to, and it couldn't find it again.
Well, journalists will pre-type up things if they have a rough idea, but if they don't know if it could go either way, they'll type up the two stories, and whichever one is
But they
closest,
released this.
They send that one. So that sounds to me like maybe one of the ones they'd prepared accidentally got out.
Yeah, they released this though. Well, you
Yeah,
know,
but
it
it's
couldn't-
gone.
You don't
You're saying it's
accidentally.
gone now.
You don't accidentally release a story unless you're WikiLeaks.
I zoned out. I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, you haven't. You're in one of those stairs. You still are. I can see that weird look on you.
I was looking at the laptop. I have no idea what you're talking about.
We were talking about Joe Rogan.
Oh yes, I forgot.
Were we talking about Joe Rogan? We were. Yeah.
How can you not remember this? Are you getting doddery?
I'm
Do I
old.
need to put you in a home?
Yeah, probably.
Don't leave this podcast to go watch
When
Joe
you
Rogan
start wetting
podcast.
yourself, that's when you're moving, yeah?
Too late. Too late. When was the last time you crapped yourself?
Crapped myself.
Yeah.
Not that long ago.
Mine was only about 3 days ago, and I never told you.
What, were you there?
Where was I?
He's going to go to an ad break now and not tell us the story.
Where was I? No. Where the hell was I? I was somewhere, and I went, that's a bubbly type of fart. Now, it wasn't a proper crap.
Sorry, D.
It was just a quick, a shart. That's what it was. I farted, and it was a little bit wet. I went, better clean that up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was enough for me to go home and change my underwear.
Oh,
Yeah.
what a way to go to an ad break.
I know. Well, we're 50 seconds off the ad break. Why is it, by the way, that you and me are the only ones constantly looking at that clock as if
Well,
to
I
say,
can see the clock.
oh, Jesus, just get to the bleeding ad break already.
Yeah, so I was on like a 2-day bender and I had slept in like 2 days. And I was going to walk the dog actually. And I thought it was a fart and it wasn't.
It was a shart.
And I literally had to turn around and go straight back home. I was like, this is not good.
Martin, have you ever pooped yourself?
I believe I have.
It's a thing. Everybody poops themselves.
I just did
at
it
least-
once.
At least once in their life. Have you done it, Ed?
Everyone has.
Great.
I hadn't slept in 48 hours, that's my defense.
And we do know that
That's
Richie has
no
done
excuse.
it many.
He's no
many
control
times.
over his anus.
Yeah, because he has a destroyed anus.
From sticking bottles up it.
I know, but let's not go into the debauchery of
no.
Richie and his anus again. And on that wonderful note, we're going to go into our first ad break. We will see you in a few minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
So, Billy, does your social media look like a teenager's bedroom?
What? Full of Justin Bieber posters?
No, you incompetent fool. Messy and unorganized.
Yeah, it kind of does. But what can I do about it?
Oh, poor simple Billy. Why not put all your social media in one convenient place?
But gee whiz, mister, how can I do that?
With Social QR, of course. It's easy, fast, and free.
But what's social QR?
Well, Billy, I'm glad you asked. Social QR is a one-stop shop for personal and business social media users to have all your social media in one place. Easy to set up, easy to share, and fully customizable, with your own custom QR code suitable for digital and print media.
Jiminy crickets, so now it'll be as tidy as my web browser?
So don't forget, Billy, that's socialqr.xyz. And Billy, take down the Justin Bieber posters.
Aww.
Every day, Richie has to drive 2 miles to bum tobacco from his friends. With your generous donation of only $19.20 a week, Richie won't have to sponge from his friends. Text Richie to 521034 to 7591268089 so we can finally tell Richie to piss off.
From its rich traditions beginning when the first AM radio transmission was broadcast in the year 1900 to present day, where radio is still the most listened to form of media and the number one source for people of all ages to enjoy their favorite music and discover new artists. Sure, the technology has changed, but the concept has stood the test of time throughout history. From the end of World War II,
General Eisenhower informs me that the forces of Germany have surrendered to the United Nations. The flags of freedom fly all over Europe.
to the falling of the Berlin Wall,
Our top story. The Iron Curtain between East Germany and West Berlin has come tumbling down.
to the U.S. entering the War on Terror,
None of us will ever forget this day, yet we go forward to defend freedom and all that is good and just in our world. Thank you. Good night, and God bless America.
generations across the world are united by music as it transcends all language barriers. It brings everyone on planet Earth closer together. We at iStreamRadio.ie understand what radio has done for the world and would like to thank radio for its 100 plus years of service. Radio has been here through thick and thin. Thank you, radio.
Imagination is the beginning of creation. You imagine what you desire. You will what you imagine. And at last, we create what you will. Don't wait for the right opportunity. Let us create it. When the virtual world of the internet, ideas, dreams, and concepts have become a reality, now is the time to bring your idea to the digital world. MilestoneMedia.ie offer a full range of digital services such as web development, hosting, audio, and visual services. Inspiration has a new platform. MilestoneMedia.ie. Experience the difference.
Hello, Supernatural Dogshit fans. I want to play a game. On October 31st, the Supernatural Dogshit team will be live for our Halloween special. In studio, Psychic Deborah Orr and the team will be on an undisclosed haunted location. Will they survive? Tune in on October 31st at 9 p.m. Oh yes, there will be blood.
This is Henry. He's 40 minutes late. Again. His crew are waiting for him in the yard. He insists on using a wanked iPhone 4 to keep his alarms every morning. Ed says if he's late again, he'll eat his nonsense-spewing face, 'cause he's sick of his dogshit excuses. With your one-off donation of €3, we can get him an alarm clock and batteries from the pound shop. Please help this lazy gobshite get his ass to work before his employment runs out.
The Supernatural Dogshit podcast is controversial and confrontational and may cause offense to some. Listener discretion is advised.
And we are back. Did anybody notice that?
What?
No, nothing. Nothing. I'll say nothing.
I know what you did.
I know what you did.
Who? Okay, go on. Call me out of my...
I'll call you out.
Call me out of my mistake.
Off air.
Come on. Call me out of
Because
my
you need
mistake.
to be red for that mistake.
Come on.
You played the intro
I did.
for the second half.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a bad idea.
No, maybe we should start doing that more.
We should start doing
We
that a bit
should
more.
always
He's
do
just
that.
trying to cover up his mistake
I
now.
am, yeah. Yeah. We should
No,
do
but
that a bit more.
I didn't disagree with the mistake. I think we should do it.
There we go.
Anyway,
Yeah,
production
welcome
notes
back.
aside. Well,
Yes, so we're going to get a little bit serious. It's going to get a little bit heated.
No more jokes.
No more jokey jokes. So, and that we say that specifically to Martin, who was, always telling racist jokes
Yeah, Martin.
against white people. He calls us crackers.
Does he?
Goddamn crackers. That's what he says. Yeah.
Goddamn.
Yeah. What's the most racial slur you know against white people?
Probably crackers.
Is it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Go on.
You can say it's fine,
Anything goes here.
unless it's like really bad language.
Say it.
Well, you know, the way they call it mankind.
Yes.
That's probably the worst thing that white people came up with, right? You know?
Why? Because man's not kind? No? Am I
Well,
wrong?
like there were women.
Oh, yeah.
No. But
Right.
what's the best racial? Not best. What is the?
He does have a point, though.
What is the most common racial slur used towards white people? So what would a black person call a white person?
A cracker would probably be.
So it is cracker.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
You know where the origins of the story cracker?
No.
Yep.
Do you? Oh, no. Martin knows. Martin, you know, don't you?
The origin
Of the
of the word.
cracker. Yeah.
Yeah, like slave trade, right? Slave
Okay.
trade would be the main cause of the word. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. But what happened? So you don't know.
Well,
Here's a little bit of history
Oh,
for you.
Aiden, what happened?
So, it was basically a guy on a horse with a whip who used to whip the slaves, and the whip made a crack noise, and he was called a cracker. There you go. So that's where that comes from.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
no.
Oh, there you go.
Philip here says crackerjack.
Is that a thing?
I guess. You all crackerjack, you.
So we're going to lower down the background music a little bit because it's going to get serious. Me and Ed are going to be strangling one another towards the end of this.
I don't think so.
He's a lefty liberal.
I think he
Over. He's a snowflake.
I think he agrees with us though. This
Little bit of sunshine and he just melts away. See, he agreed by saying and that was a Freudian
You think I'm
slip.
really dark, though, don't you? You think I'm warped and dark.
Oh, that's what I should have introduced you as this week.
it's okay.
Ed the Dark Soul Harris. Not
I'm
Dark
not dark.
Hole.
I'm perfectly content.
Yeah, you watch weird stuff and you listen to weird stuff.
What weird stuff do I watch?
I don't know. There was that video you showed. We're supposed to be talking serious here.
Yeah.
But, it was that video that you watched, and it was like, what's it called? Stop animation.
Oh, the Tool video.
And your woman presses her
chism.
head and it comes out like a melon and there's
Yeah.
little-
Is it kind of like salad fingers?
it's like salad fingers. Thanks.
Not- nothing like
Yes.
salad
So
fingers.
it is weird.
It's a Tool video. They're all like that.
So my question of the
Anyway.
day is going to be: do you think that the police in America were justified in their actions towards George Floyd? It is a really important question to ask. And if you haven't seen the full-length video of if all of the video you've only seen is George Floyd with the 8 minutes and 46 seconds.
Yeah.
of
What
him,
the media show?
what the media show. If you haven't seen that, pop onto our Facebook page. You'll have there's a 36-minute video there of the body cam footage.
You don't need to watch about the first 20, and
Yeah.
you can skip through it.
Yeah.
Kind of.
And there's audio with it. And I guarantee you, if you're anyway level-headed and you look at that video, you will notice that it isn't as what the media sold us. Like right now we have Black Lives Matter storming across the United States.
Yep.
I showed the guys here a video earlier of what I would call a modern-day lynching.
Multiple videos of mad stuff that we saw today.
What was that kid's name? Elliot Till.
Elliot Till.
So over in the States in the 1950s, there was a kid, he was 14 years of age, his name was Elliot Till, and he was going up to see his family in another state, we call them counties. So he was going up to see them, and he was standing outside a shop, and he whistled at a white woman, a 14-year-old boy. In the middle of the night, his home was raided by...
2 black men, I think.
what?
No, 2 white men.
No, it was a bunch of white men.
I think it was just 2 here on the thing. But anyway, go on.
So a bunch of guys went into his house, brought him out, beat the shit out of him, murdered him, tied a wheel around him and threw him into a river. He was then found 2 days later, and his mother had the courage and the fortitude and the balls to say to the media, this is what they done to my son. Take a photograph of him in the coffin, all deformed, with his head swollen and beaten in. And she let them publish this. And the American people went, my God, what are we doing? And it was a point in time where they were able to stand back and say, yeah, this is a 14-year-old boy. Our racism has gone way too far. This is what they're doing. So it was a big changing point in the States. So I did show a video to the guys here earlier of a white man who was protecting his business, and above his business was his home. And a group of black guys literally lynch him on the street.
There's both.
There is, but it's about 90% black and about 10% white.
Okay, I'll agree with you there. Yeah.
This man was then kicked to death into a puddle of blood. I've never seen a body folded up that way.
It's actually awful.
No. It was a horrible video to watch.
Yep.
And I sat there going, is that not the modern day equivalent of Elliot Till? Surely it is.
A lynching.
It's a lynching. It's a modern day lynching, and it's based on the premise that George Floyd was some kind of superhero and that he was murdered in a racial attack. It was not racial. There wasn't one moment in that video. You go watch the video. There is not one moment in that video where they attacked the man's race whatsoever.
No.
They spoke to the man calmly. They offered, first of all, they took him out of his car and they said to him, he was being placed under arrest. I think it was something to do with counterfeit notes.
Yep. They actually couldn't get him out of the car to start.
Yes.
And he was reaching back for something.
George Floyd has an extensive criminal record, which I'm going to get Nathan.
Would you like some?
Yeah, to read us out what his criminal past was.
So, yeah, hold on, sorry, one sec. So he moved to Minneapolis 2014 after being released from prison in Houston, Texas, following an arrest for aggravated robbery. He pled guilty to entering a woman's home, pointing a gun at her stomach, and searching for the home for drugs and money, according to court records. He was sentenced to 10 months in jail for possession of cocaine in December. He'd previously been sentenced to 8 months for the same offence, stemming from October 2002 arrest. And he was also arrested in 2002 for criminal trespassing. And he also had another stint in prison for a theft in 1998.
Okay, and what we should do.
So he wasn't a golden boy.
We should elaborate on the story where himself and how many other guys went into that woman's house?
5.
Now, there's mixed opinions on whether the woman was pregnant or not, but he held a gun to the woman's stomach while the other guys ransacked his house, or her house. Mm-hmm. Now, this is a dangerous man. He has a criminal past. When he was arrested on the day, he put up quite a struggle, as you both can attest to after seeing the video. Mm-hmm. The police were nothing but courteous and professional. Would you not agree? Now, this is coming from Ed the Lefty. Would you not agree after seeing that video that they were courteous and very professional?
To be fair, I've seen other videos of police in America and they have been out and out gurriers. But I have to say, having seen it, they did, in fact, act
within the bounds of the law.
Within the bounds of the law, but they were calm. They weren't looking to escalate anything. They were pretty lenient with him.
More than lenient.
I've seen people getting shot for less than what he was doing.
Yes, and he did reach back into. Well, see, what happened was when he was getting taken out of the car, he put his hand into the back seat, and the cop had his gun drawn, and basically he was saying, "Put your hands on the steering wheel." Eventually, after about 20-30 seconds, Floyd does what he was told.
He complies.
He complies with the police. They eventually, after a bit of a back and forth, get him out of the car, and they bring him over to the squad car. The whole time,
and there's no guns drawn at this stage.
No, the whole time
put it away.
He's panicking and he's saying, "Oh, please don't." He said, "My mother just died," which was a lie. She died 2 years prior to that. And it turns out that when they were standing at the side of the car, they couldn't get him in because he was claiming he was claustrophobic. Now, can I just point out, he was taken out of a car to be put into another car. So if you have claustrophobia for one car, you should surely have claustrophobia for both cars.
Yeah, and I've seen the video and it completely changed my opinion. But can say getting handcuffed and put into the back of the car, maybe you could feel claustrophobic.
Well, I mean,
so we can give him the benefit of the doubt there, maybe.
Well, he didn't feel quite claustrophobic when his hands were handcuffed outside. So what's the difference between outside and inside?
Yeah, well,
maybe it's that divider they have across the center console and the 2 front seats.
Huh?
You know the way they've got like a cage between the front seats and the back?
No, this is an open back seat.
No, it wasn't.
It was, yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Because they were able to slide him out the other door.
The whole way across, yeah. But
no, I know that, but what I'm saying is that's the back seat.
Oh, so he couldn't get in at the front?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that is exactly the way the car was set up, yeah.
But let's just give him the benefit of the doubt,
okay?
But maybe he was claustrophobic.
So when he was explaining, "I'm claustrophobic, please don't put me in, please don't put me in," it wasn't that he didn't want to go in the car, he didn't want to go to prison because he knew he had a big record.
He knew if he went back in front of the court
and he was going prison
down.
time. So the guys were so courteous that they actually said to him, "You're okay, calm down. We will roll down the window for you. We will turn on the air conditioning for you.
Each was said 5 times.
He did. The guy, one of the cops, literally had him in a particular hold that both restrains them and comforts the person at the same time as well.
I think somebody described it as a soft hug.
A soft hug, yes. So eventually, of course, there was a big struggle. After he was put into the car, there was a struggle.
Yeah, this is when it turned bad.
He resisted maybe 15 times throughout the entire thing. He resisted arrest. Now, I'm sorry, but if you're being arrested, you need to submit to the police if you've done something wrong, which clearly he did. Now, the coroner's report came back and there was was conflicting, because the coroner's report, the state pathologist had said that he had a heart attack and that there was no asphyxiation whatsoever. Then the family demanded that they have their own pathologist come in and do a report, and that pathologist came back and said there was asphyxiation involved. But what the both of them did notice was that he had huge amounts of fentanyl. I think it was
3 times the amount.
3 times the lethal dose.
The lethal dose.
3 times the lethal dose in his body.
Yeah.
So he was clearly off his head and he had a heart attack.
I mean, he did seem a bit out of it.
He did. And even the girl that was with him kind of made a gesture like cuckoo, that type of thing where you point at your head, as if to say to the cops, you know, relax with him, he's there's something clearly wrong with him.
Yeah.
He was off his head on drugs.
Can we also make the point as well, none of us are racist either, we're just explaining the story.
No,
just in case people think it's one-sided or biased.
The fact that you even have to say that.
Well, I'm just making a point. So continue.
So tonight's question is, if you watched the video, or if you have watched the video, do you believe that the police acted within the bounds of the law and they were fine to do what they done? My opinion, it was an accidental death. George Floyd died of a heart attack due to the stress brought on by the situation that he antagonised himself, not the police. They were very accommodating. What do you guys think?
I didn't agree with you until I saw the full video.
Okay.
And I think the police treated him very well. And I think, that is how it went down.
Ned? Same
But
thing?
I have to be in agreement.
But maybe they shouldn't have knelt on his neck.
No, see, there's a bit of a controversy about that, is because they said that that's not within the police training, and yes, it is.
It is in the police training.
It is in the police
But
training.
it's going to be changed now, apparently.
And he had a heart attack because of the stress of the situation.
Because he had lots of fentanyl in him and... what's the other one?
I think it was morphine, something like that.
Methamphetamine.
Methamphetamine.
Yeah.
So clearly this guy was a danger to himself, and he was a danger to society, as he did put a gun up to somebody's stomach and threatened to kill them while he was robbing their house.
Yeah.
Wasn't a very good guy. And my problem with George Floyd is now that the white guy that I saw being lynched in the middle of that road, his death is on George Floyd. And I tell you why. Because BLM took hold of this and they ran so fast with it without contextualising it whatsoever and finding out what really happened. And they use him as a poster child for their cause. And I think what they're doing is they're giving themselves a bad name. Because at the very start of this, I supported Black Lives Matter for what they were doing.
Same.
I looked at the cops and I went, clearly they're assholes, you know, they've done something wrong. But then after the full-length video comes out and it's explained by the pathologists, I'm starting to think these people should have calmed down. You know, if you see a man drowning in a river, do you tell him, splash around as hard as you can and
Swim
use all
more.
Yeah, no, just splash around randomly and just scream and shout. That'll save you. No, because you're going to expend your energy.
You jump in and save him.
Right? No, what you do is you tell him to calm down.
Oh, sorry.
Take stock of what's happening. This is what you're supposed to do. They didn't calm down. They just ran out and decided to burn down cities. And I'm not blaming the black people here. I'm blaming Black Lives Matter. And Black Lives Matter have a huge white supporters group. They have a lot of... I've seen so many videos of white people in the groups putting BLM on the walls.
Yeah.
You know, we had our own incident here in Mullingar where there was a young guy going around spray painting BLM all over walls, and it turned out he was a white kid.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And what that's doing is it's now demonizing, you know, the people. There are people in Black Lives Matter, of course there are, who are doing it for the right reasons.
Absolutely.
But you look at the likes of the Breonna Taylor case.
Oh yeah, that was awful.
It was such a horrible case. That's one of the cases that I can stand by and say that it was an awful situation. But when you have people like, hold on, I have their names here, George Floyd, Jacob Blake, Rayshard Brooks, these are people who had criminal records, who put up a defence against the police, resisted arrest, who assaulted the police. I showed a video to the guys earlier. I don't know whether you've seen this one, Martin.
Wait, can we actually ask Martin? Have you seen the full video of
haven't.
George Floyd?
No.
Okay.
But there was a video I showed the guys earlier, and it was three cops coming up on a situation where there was two black guys, and one of them had a warrant out for the arrest. So the black guy puts his hand in his pocket, takes out a gun, and fires 2 shots at the cop's head. Now, he missed, thankfully. The other cop, his partner, drew his weapon and shot the guy dead.
Wow.
Within moments, it was all over the goddamn internet with Black Lives Matter saying another innocent man shot. And even after they were shown that he shot at the police first, they said, no, this is just another show of police brutality in America.
Right.
So, that was me. That's my ramble over for a little bit.
I've seen the video, and it's like your man pulls the gun first.
He deserved to get blown away.
In America, what do you expect? That's what happens.
Absolutely. You draw a gun on anybody, you're going to... I mean, if that was you, what would you do?
Shoot him.
What would you do, Martin?
Shoot him.
Ed?
Oh, I'd shoot him, yeah.
Of course. That's
it's me or him.
A normal reaction to have, and yet these cops are... they're maybe going to lose their jobs. So, Martin, you do have a lot to say on this subject, because you and I have spoke about this before in this very studio before we were actually a thing.
We have.
So, yeah, please elaborate. What's your experience with BLM?
Sorry.
Okay.
Well, the way I see it is, black rights have always been a thing, and a lot of the slums in America have a lot of minorities living in them at the moment, you know?
Yeah.
So, with the situation that they're in, there are so many branches of Black Lives Matter that they can't really unite and do anything about it to change the rights, you know? So, being put in that kind of situation where people are screaming in people's faces while they're protesting, it's not a peaceful protest when you have white supremacists.
Give us an example of what you're talking about.
Have you seen the video of the guy that was going around? I can't remember the name of the protest that was happening at the time, but was Black Lives Matter. And there were people standing in line in front of a building, and
I know exactly what you're talking about.
White guy
and they're all holding
screaming
the guns
in their face.
Yeah,
right? Yeah, going up to them saying like, why does your life matter? You know.
Okay.
They're doing the white supremacist sign as well, isn't it? Wasn't that?
Right.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
Who
So
was
I'm
it?
not
Sure exactly what the sign is, but there's this, and I've seen cops do it.
Well, it's not the OK thing, is it?
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's the OK symbol.
Yeah, that's the white
I heard
supremacist thing.
that. That was clearly I'm misunderstanding that video. So it was a lot of business owners who were out with guns. Is that what it was?
Yeah, they were screaming in their faces, basically, you know. It's
So who was screaming in whose face?
The white people screaming.
At Black Lives Matter?
Yeah, the protest walking past.
Oh, so the protest was walking past.
And they're all holding big AKs and...
Okay, and do you have a problem with those people lining up outside protecting their business?
It's not that they're protecting their business, you know. They're in a situation where they think it's not going to be a peaceful protest. Right?
Okay, yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. When an entire race gathers together to march against another race, that doesn't seem like it's going to be peaceful, you know. And there's a lot of oppression that went on there for so many years that they're trapped in a situation where if things do go astray and turn to riots like they have, the video of the guy getting pulled out of the truck by a group of black people, you know, for looting. And that's so easy for... You know, it's so easy for a society to break down when everybody's stuck at home, you know.
Well, clearly with the
during
pressures,
lockdown,
with the lockdown. But you said something, when you said something just there at the very start, now I'm going to paraphrase what you said, but you said something about when you have one race going against another race.
Right.
Okay, so here's the thing. In the Black Lives Matter protests, there's white and black people in there. So that's not one race going against another race. That's two races standing up for a cause, and that's what I think it should be. But I think you said it right, you mistakenly said it right, that it is just pitting one race against the other. And the governments themselves, the people in power, are using this as leverage to wedge themselves into political positions.
They are.
The whole coronavirus thing doesn't help the situation either.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Were you ever involved in any BLM protests or?
No, I tried to stay out of that kind of stuff. I really... From my perspective, it's very different.
Give us your perspective on it, so. Now, when I say perspective, give us your perspective on the actual group, what you think of Black Lives Matter.
It is something that people should stand for. Yes, Black lives do matter. Like, every life matters, right?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. But what they're trying to achieve at this time maybe isn't what...
Ill-advised.
Right, it's very ill-advised right now. There's a virus that's killing everybody. So having protests maybe isn't the best thing to be doing at the moment.
No.
Right. So we're...
What are they protesting against? Let's get to the basics of this argument. What are they protesting against?
Racism, it mainly seems like, you know, there are many points in there like that. There are so many minorities living in specific areas, but it's a racist thing, isn't it? You
So
know?
are they fighting against racism as a whole, or are they fighting against racism just against black people?
Well, it's the police brutality mainly, isn't it?
So is that what it is?
Yeah.
Because,
absolutely.
you know, I hear so many news outlets like CNN or left-leaning organisations who throw out strange statistics that just don't bear up. We were doing our research here earlier, and as it turns out that black people only make up 13% of the United States, 13. And yet they commit 52% of the homicides.
Yeah, it's crazy figures.
Yeah.
So there clearly is something wrong in the black community. There's clearly something wrong. Black on black crime in the States is ridiculous. And I've heard so many right-leaning conservative black people who are saying, lads, what the hell are you doing? We're focusing on the wrong thing. You're looking at this ball here, your eye should be on this ball over here. We're killing our own, we're selling drugs to our own, we're out murdering people in outrageous numbers. And this is not me saying this is black people saying this. What's that, the chick, she's, not Kamala Harris, is it? No, she's only, she's...
AOC.
No, they're not that lunatic. No, God, I can't remember her name anyway, but she's a politician, and she's very right-wing. And she's
is that the one in Baltimore?
She's very much against Black Lives Matter. I don't know where she's from. I was kind of hoping when you use it, no, you don't.
Sorry.
No. But basically, my point with Black Lives Matter is I think it's ill-advised given the current climate right now, but it's also based on a false premise. It's based on the premise that the police in the United States are being vicious and brutalizing and attacking the black community at outrageous numbers. When in actual fact, what was the statistics again there, Nathan? What was it? Black versus white people killed?
Oh, it was almost double. I think the white people killed by police was about 630, and black people was like 230, 220.
So clearly
per year.
So why in God's name is there not protests with black people saying, hey, there was a white man shot there.
Almost double the figures.
Let's double the figures. We have a big problem here. You know, but what they're doing, what I see Black Lives Matter doing is they're concentrating on my people are being killed. It's not about police brutality, you know, don't be fooled. It's about...
But there is an element that's going to be protesting for the police brutality.
Protesting for?
Well, no, protesting against it, like...
Of course there is.
And they're going with that because it's the closest cause
but
that's on the ground
unfortunately,
running.
that's not the narrative that's being rammed down our throat.
No,
I watched...
And that's not what they're into either, but they're against police brutality as a whole.
Was it the Oscars where Jimmy Kimmel was on during the week? Did anybody see that?
I didn't.
So there was a black comedian on the stage with Jimmy Kimmel, and he turned around and he said to Jimmy Kimmel, he said, say Black Lives Matter. And he goes, Black Lives Matter. And he said, you didn't say it loud enough, Jimmy. Say Black Lives Matter. Screamed this. And he says it again. Then he says it a third time. Then he says it to him a fourth time. He's basically getting this guy to submit to him in the exact same fashion. I seen groups of guys going around the States, black guys and girls, who were saying, bow to us, get down on your knees and tell us you are sorry for the years of oppression. Now, first of all, you and your Nike fucking trainers, sorry about cursing, but you and your Nike trainers, you didn't suffer oppression. You live in a golden age, a wonderful age. Your grandfather suffered oppression. How dare you degrade your grandfather's memory based on what you're going through. Your grandfather went through shit. You're going through nothing. What, you can't afford the latest iPhone and some sort of white supremacy involved here?
Yeah.
I'm going off on one here, aren't I?
Yeah, you love it.
A little bit.
But the point is too, like the whole thing clinging on to George Floyd is wrong.
Because they're using him as a poster child.
Yeah, but he's not a poster child.
He's not a poster child.
No, but Breonna
Taylor,
yes,
she's a poster child.
Yeah.
She was a trainee nurse and a paramedic who was minding her own business. She was at home in her bed. Now, unfortunately, there is a bit of it's not a get out of jail free card, I don't know what to call it. But basically what happened was Breonna Taylor was at home with her boyfriend at the time, and the cops done a no-knock warrant.
Yeah, like a raid.
Yeah. And when the cops burst into the house, the guy had no idea that it was the police. None whatsoever. So he opened fire. He had a legally owned firearm, and he opened fire on the police. He shot one shot. They shot back 20.
20 times.
20 times. Unfortunately, they were at the wrong address.
It was the wrong house.
Wrong house.
Yeah.
And that woman was...
A stray bullet went through the wall and killed her.
She was actually a couple of bullets hit her. It wasn't just one. So unfortunately... I don't even think that, because that's not even a case of racism. That's a case of mistaken identity. There's no racism involved in what happened.
Not
there.
at all.
No.
So I'm struggling to find the poster child. Struggling to do it. Do you know of anybody that you think, Martin, that should be held up in high regard? That has been violently attacked or murdered?
No, but in the case of Breonna Taylor, anyway, I wasn't aware that it was stray bullets that...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, she was in bed.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like coming through the door, and the homeowner shot one shot. And of course, if you're the police and you're getting shot at during a raid, you're going to shoot back.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of what you
And
do.
if someone's breaking your door down, you're going to shoot them.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, now, unfortunately, it was the police. Not unfortunately. Fortunately, for this time, it was the police who were at fault, and they will be held accountable, because the fact was they were looking for somebody completely different. It was next door they were looking for.
Right. There was a search warrant out for... Right,
They had the wrong address on the search warrant.
Yes. And it was for a drug dealer.
So it's completely the police's fault.
Yeah. Wow. It was the police's fault for going into the wrong house.
And the judge that signed the warrant.
And it was just unfortunate, like Lemony Snicket's a series of unfortunate events. You know, it was just destiny that was going to happen. This woman did end up dying unlawfully. But unfortunately, what can you do?
But hang on a minute. Is that protocol to fire for 20?
Yeah, they fired back 20 times.
20
no,
shots?
Absolutely not. No, it's not.
I'd say all of them shot.
I would say every one of the police opened fire immediately and emptied their clips because they're gun-ho. There's nobody taken away from that.
And it was only 3 police officers that went. It wasn't a SWAT team.
No, I don't know how many was involved.
It was a raid team. I think there was about
think
8.
it was-
Right?
I'll get it.
It was an early morning raid, that's what I know.
Right.
Okay.
So you can imagine if it was one shot fired, one assailant.
Well, look,
Right.
as I said, the police totally in the wrong. They are completely in the wrong. They shot an innocent woman.
It's overkill, right?
Who?
Overkill.
Yeah.
Oh, complete overkill.
But there's no racism.
It's not. There's no racism involved because nobody burst into the house shouting, N word and you're going to die, or they didn't target black people. I don't even know the color of the skin of the guy who owned the house. I have zero idea whether he was a white guy or a black guy.
Yeah, I don't know either.
So these are details that we do need to find out.
Yep. But also, from watching the video of George Floyd, there's actually no racism really in that video. I can't even say really. There's no racism.
No, zero.
And at the start of the video, one of the police officers is talking to a black man, and he says, "Hand me your ID," and the black man hands him his ID, and
No problem.
completely complies with him, and everything's fine. Do you know what I mean?
Well, there was a white guy, Daniel Shaver, who was shot in a hotel room. Not a hotel room, a hotel hallway. Have you seen this, Martin?
Also, Martin was right. There was only 3 officers.
Was there?
Oh, was there?
So basically, there was this guy. He was waving a BB gun out a hotel window, a white guy, and of course, the police were called for him. So the SWAT team went up. The video is on YouTube for people to look at, and he was told, "Kneel on the ground, put your hands over your head. Don't put your hands behind your back. We will shoot you if you put your hands behind your back." So eventually, the kid who was inebriated messes up and puts his hand behind his back, and the officers open fire on him.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Now, again, it's a justified killing. Even if he was unarmed, it's a justified killing because a police officer cannot take the... Go ahead.
Can you say that? Right. Can you say that when the other person might not speak the other language?
No, he was American though. This guy, yeah. But I get you, yeah.
But, right? You're arresting someone.
And we have to say he's with his wife too, and his wife completely complies and doesn't get shot.
Survives.
You don't know if they speak the same language as you, like perfectly clear. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but in this scenario,
put your hands behind your back. You know, put your hands behind your back.
Yeah, no, but in this scenario, it was an American guy, and when the police officers were communicating with him, the guy was speaking perfect English. He had an American accent, so I think
he just kept making mistake after mistake,
and it was purely because he was super nervous because he had like 4 or 5 guns pointed at him.
Right.
And unfortunately, they opened fire because, again, what would you do?
Yeah, you're just...
Your instincts are to open fire on somebody if they put their hand behind their
you think
back.
he's going to reach for a gun?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a case of where a white man was shot who was unarmed. Now, he was being an idiot, waving a BB gun out a window, and he ended up getting shot due to not complying with the police officer's instructions.
Yeah.
So this happens all the time over in the States. People get shot for not obeying what the officers are saying. George Floyd, he ended up dead because he took drugs and didn't obey what the officers told him. You're not in your head.
No, I agree with that. But I mean, the cops over there are pretty gung ho. They don't get enough training. They're some of the shortest training periods of any police force in the world. You went to Denmark or somewhere like that, you'd be talking about 3 years of training before you're actually a police officer. And there's big investigations into you. You know, if you do end up in a situation where you've had to shoot someone, there's an investigation goes into all of it.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's sort of a casual thing, and it gets swept under the rug there in America with a lot of stuff that goes on. They're big gun nuts over there.
Yeah, I just want to say something as well. I want to say that, like, before I saw the video, I did think that the 4 policemen from George Floyd should be prosecuted.
Okay.
And after seeing the video and the full footage, I don't.
You don't think it?
I don't think they should be prosecuted, no.
Well, I tell you what I'm going to do now. I'm going to play the audio from the 911 call from Breonna Taylor's case. Now, this is a little bit difficult for people to listen to.
Yeah.
But there is a reason why I'm playing you this audio. So just have a quick listen to this.
911, Operator Harris, where's your emergency?
I don't know what's happening. Somebody kicked in the door and shot my girlfriend.
Okay, where are you located?
I'm at 3003 Springfield Drive, apartment 4.
3003 Springfield Drive, apartment number 4?
Yes. Oh my God.
Okay, how old is your girlfriend?
She's 26. Bring it. Oh
you said 26.
God.
Where was she shot at?
I don't know. She's on the grill right now. I don't know.
Okay.
Mama.
You said she's 26. Is she alert and able to talk to you?
No, she's not. Breathe. God.
Okay. And you said you're in apartment number 4?
Hell. Oh, my God. Yes, hell.
What's your name, sir?
Oh, my name is Kenneth Walker.
You said Kenneth?
Hell.
And you said she's 26?
Yes.
Okay. You said 3003 Springfield Drive, apartment number 4?
Yes.
Okay. Can you check and see where she's been shot at?
I can't. That's
okay. Is she alert and able to talk to you?
Yeah, I think we've played enough of that.
Yeah.
I think people get the point of that call. Now, there's a very good reason why I'm playing that, and I will explain to you why I'm playing it. Because, unfortunately, that 911 tape was released very early. And what people done was they heard the emotion. And how could you not be emotional when you hear such a call? Please help. I got a shiver when that man said, please help.
Please help.
Yeah, it's awful.
Because at that moment, you're looking at someone you love dearly who was lying dead on the ground for no reason. For no good reason whatsoever. And he is begging for help. Now,
yeah, question for you. Should those police be held accountable?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
But is it really their fault? Maybe
Yes.
maybe they were told that was the house they were supposed to go to. Maybe it should be a superior who should be held accountable.
Well, see, unfortunately, when you're tackling a system, it's like the story about my grandfather. I won't go into it on air, but he died due to neglect and negligence on behalf of a hospital in Dublin. And who do you blame? There was supposed to be a person in the room with my grandfather. That person wasn't there. The nurses weren't there. There wasn't people doing their job. So it was an entire group of people. So what one person can you bring out and flog? What one person can you say it is your fault? You can't. You have to blame an organisation.
Yeah.
So it is the police in this case who have to take the fall for this. So why I'm playing that audio is because it's easy to see why people get emotional. And if you play that audio to a black person in the States, I'm pretty damn sure that they will be saying, screw the police, how dare they killed this woman, without contextualising it, without understanding that there is a backstory, that it was a case of mistaken identity. Unfortunately, again, it was a horrible thing that happened, but there is a reason why it happened, and it wasn't a case of damn racism.
No.
I don't think racism exists in the States to the level of what it's being portrayed on the media. Do you guys?
Well, it's hard to know if we don't live there, to be honest with you.
Well, I did. I think that's why I asked. Did I ask Anne the other night?
Yeah, you did.
I did.
Well, you didn't say ask about racism. You asked, are things as bad as...
And she did say yes.
She did say it's pretty bad.
Rioting and looting in her area, yeah.
There was a lot.
And she was also saying that some people were spray painting on the shop, like black owner.
Oh, yeah.
To stop their shop being attacked. Yeah.
Oh, look, it's sooner rather than later that we stop wedging a divide between black and white. We all bleed the same goddamn colour.
Here.
Every one of us bleed the same colour. I have personally suffered discrimination in my life. I don't know what it's like to suffer racism. I've never been discriminated against because of my race. But I'm assuming that you have, Martin, at some stage been discriminated against because of your race.
I have when I was younger, but not.
So what happened to you when you were younger?
Do you mean like when kids are stupid and they say things kind of thing?
I grew up in a rough estate in Clondalkin.
Nice.
Shout out Clondalkin.
They like bullied people who were different, I suppose, didn't they?
Okay.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. If I was to move into a city in Pakistan, and it's a predominantly brown area, not a white area,
yeah,
and I'm the only one that's there, I'm going to suffer racism. No matter what, I'm definitely going to suffer racism, because if you were the person that is different than the majority, there's always assholes. My mother has a great saying: no matter where you go in life, never bring an asshole with you, because there's always one when you get there.
Yeah.
There's assholes in every single walk of life.
Is that not just her low-key calling you an asshole?
It kind of was, yeah. Probably.
Well, also what you just said there, so the percentage of black people in America is 13.5% or something?
Yep.
So it's predominantly white. So they do definitely suffer some sort of racism.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Nobody would ever say that they didn't.
Yeah.
You'd be an idiot to expect it not to happen, because there are KKK people still out there.
100%.
There are white supremacists. There are people in government. There are people in power. There are people in society who are just shitheads, who are racist morons, who haven't caught up with the 24th century, who, this isn't acceptable anymore. But here's the thing. It's like rape culture. It's been rammed down our necks for a number of years now that there's a rape culture around campuses and colleges. Right. Now, do you understand what rape culture means?
Well, no, go on.
So what these crazy feminists are saying is that there's a culture around rape where we go, it's grand. It's only rape. He only raped her. It's grand.
Really?
That's basically, yeah. So you and I and Ed and Martin, when we go off air here, it's like we have a secret meeting going, she was raped. It's grand. Don't worry about it.
No.
It's only rape. That is not a case.
No.
If any of you guys turned around and said, she was only raped, she was asking for it, there's no way I would ever speak to you again.
You'd smack us.
Oh, no.
Not a hope.
Absolutely not.
And you and we spoke about this the other night on air. If a paedophile or a rapist goes into prison, the first thing that happens to them, they're beaten up.
Yep.
Because even the scumbags don't appreciate people being raped.
There you go. Or kids or anything like that, yeah.
And the fact of the matter is, what's happening in the United States now is there's a culture of everything is racist, when it's not. It's not a systemically racist country. There isn't a single law that is written that we could see that is systemically racist against black people.
No.
Because if there was, the country would get sued. The governments would get sued. They'd say, here, look, in Article 10, line 20, it says X, Y, and Z. But it doesn't. There's not a single thing. They have affirmative action in the States. Go on.
Speaking of X, Y, and Z, shout out to our sponsor.
It's an awkward time.
Sorry.
Awkward time.
Well, I just popped into my head as you said it.
Martin, I'm interested to find out what people did and said to you when you were a child. And was it adults that were saying these things to you, or was it just other children?
Both.
Really? Adults?
Yeah.
Whoa.
And can you give me an example of what was said to you by an adult?
More so Irish culture, as some people would say, is very racist, which is quite interesting when we have black idols like fill in it these days, right? But I suppose back in the day it was kind of a thing, we came up with terminology to explain, these different races to us. We have like Packies and Chinks.
Yeah.
Right?
Actually, did you know that Packies don't mind being called Packy?
They don't.
No.
Well, they call themselves Packy.
Yeah, my nickname is Packy.
Yeah, we have a few friends.
Yeah, I have a Pakistani friend who my nickname is Packy.
Yep.
But would you call anybody wearing a towel on their head a turban?
No.
A Packy. Right.
Oh, what?
If you didn't know, if I didn't know them, no.
No, if they were wearing a turban, then they're clearly Indian.
Well,
you were trying to catch me out there, weren't you? Yeah, I'm well travelled.
He's firing on all cylinders tonight.
I am. So, can you please give us one of the names? Was it the N word?
Well, there is the N word. Yeah, the N word.
So, have you actually been explicitly called that name?
Right. The N word doesn't make sense because nigger almost is right. It's short for Nigerian.
Correct.
Right, nigger. So that's just referring to a specific race from a specific place, right?
Yeah.
So we're in a situation where they're referring to us as a term, like you would say, you're from Mullingar, right? From the Gar, right? Yeah, right.
Or a mullah.
San Diegon, right? Yeah, you have a saying for where you're from and who you are. So I think that's what nigger came from.
Right.
And a lot of the slaves were from Nigeria, right? So...
But it wasn't it Negro? Negro, that was the first word that was
Negro,
used.
to explain a black person,
And that came from Nigeria?
Right. And
is that what that was?
But also...
well, it was Niger back then as well, wasn't it? Niger.
Yeah, you're perfectly right, yeah.
It was spelled a different way. So you have been called the N-word.
Right.
And what did that do to you? Did that build up a resilience within you amongst your society? Or did you go into yourself? Did it hurt you? What way did you handle this?
I just kind of understood that my heritage was very different and I had to look into it,
Okay.
I don't know, having Jamaican roots is very different than considering that the roots are African.
Okay.
In some sense, like look.
But Jamaicans are African as well, aren't they?
Look at the Caribbean, though. In general, the whole Caribbean Isles is completely different than Africa.
Right.
Completely different.
Yeah.
Right. The topography of the land and the weather and everything, the environment itself is completely different. So the way the people adapted over the few hundred years they were there is so different. So they are different people. They're used to the ocean. They're used to the islands.
Well, let me ask you a question. I played the tape there of Breonna Taylor's boyfriend. How did you feel when I played that?
That was very intense to hear what happened, and I think they, the way the situation happened and the way the police handled it was very, very, very good. But we were in a situation where we don't know exactly what's happening from the other end of the line, right? You're not there. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
you don't know. So you have to look at it from every perspective that the evidence provides after the fact, pretty much.
Right.
You know, toxicology report says that they're on drugs.
Yeah.
You know, they don't know what's going on. Obviously, there was a situation so extreme that the police needed to be called in the first place.
Well, so can you understand when you see the likes of Black Lives Matter who jump on the Breonna Taylor thing, and when they're played that audio, I can totally get it. And there's nobody in this room, I don't think, who couldn't understand it. And we all understand quite well that that's playing on people's emotions. But what I think they done was, even after it was contextualized, when we found out the background story to all of this, they still used Breonna Taylor as the poster child for this, when we clearly know that there was zero racism involved. Or do you think that there was racism involved in Breonna Taylor's case?
In Breonna Taylor's case, if it was a through and through, like a ricochet bullet, or if it was a ricochet that killed her in her sleep, and there was no blame for it.
Exactly.
Bullets just kind of go random directions when they hit things.
So not racially motivated.
Right.
Well,
depending on the exact situation, I mean, I can't imagine a raid going on and somebody killing someone in their sleep accidentally being a case
of racism.
Pretty much.
So is there at any point in what you see the lifespan of Black Lives Matter, is there any point where you see a poster child being held up where you go, yes, I support that because they done wrong? Is there any single case? Now, we've gone through a lot here tonight, and I probably should have asked you this at the start, because I wanted to see, is there a false narrative out there? Because there's probably things you've heard here now tonight that you didn't hear before.
Absolutely.
Because you and I have discussed things before, and you are, again, quite left-leaning. So you live within an echo chamber where all of this racism is just bubbling up, and it's everybody's racist, everybody wants to kill black people. Unfortunately, that's where people in the left go. They line that echo chamber.
Yeah.
And then when you hear information like what we were describing tonight, or what I was describing tonight, does that make more sense to you, or are you more aware of this, or do you think that I'm lying my ass off here just for the sake of airtime?
No, I completely get where you're coming from.
Great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that is exactly what I'm trying to achieve. And for anybody out there who is listening, who may think I'm coming from a racial angle, everybody in this room, you all know me.
Not at all.
Is there a racist bone in my body?
Nope.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
No.
Of course you would say that. Martin, we've met several times.
Of course.
Would you think that I'm a racist?
Absolutely not.
You watch the backlash I get over tonight's video. You watch what's going to happen.
Yeah, of course.
I will get called every type of racist under the sun. We did invite somebody on tonight to for a counter argument, who was a white guy involved in BLM, but all this asshole was doing, and I will call him an asshole, was he was doing what people done years ago, using black people as a battering ram to further him for his own damn ego. We all know who I'm talking about, but I won't say his name on air.
Yep.
So, what age did this happen to you when you were first racially attacked?
I was old enough to remember it, so...
Oh, so 13, 14 years of age?
10.
That's young, man.
Maybe a bit older, yeah.
See, when I was 10 years of age, I was called... Actually, do you know what my nickname was? Rubber Belly. Because I was a fat kid.
Yeah, you still are.
Still are.
Yeah, well, in and out. But my nickname was Rubber Belly, and I got bullied. I stood up against my bullies eventually, and then I didn't have any bullies. But the thing is, every child gets bullied. You got bullied in a different way because you're different, because of your ethnicity. But to be fair with you now, I wouldn't... When I looked at you first, I thought you were Albanian. Do you remember?
Jesus.
I did. I said, you look Albanian.
I don't see that at all.
Get a lot of... New Zealand,
Yeah,
Maori.
Yes, the Maoris. That's
Definitely.
right. Yeah, I could really see him doing the haka.
Yeah,
in the rugby,
and breaking someone up in a tackle.
We'll get him to do that for an ad for us, sponsored by Guinness.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that you went straight home and told your mother what happened to you.
Of course.
And what did she say? How did your mother handle it? Your mother is from
Ireland.
So she's white.
No.
Oh, okay. So your mother's
half Jamaican.
Nice.
Half Jamaican. So give us your lineage. Tell us who's who and what's what, so we don't get it mixed up.
So my father is Irish,
Okay. Right.
And his lineage is Irish, but it does branch off, of course. And my mother is half Jamaican.
Okay.
So her mother is Jamaican, my grandmother, and her father is Jamaican.
That's your grandfather?
My grandfather.
Yeah.
Who actually lives in England. He's lived in England for most of his life.
Right.
But his mother is Jamaican and his father was Jamaican. He passed away.
And can I ask you, is it when people ask you what you consider yourself, either Irish or Jamaican, or do you just consider yourself Irish Jamaican?
I just consider myself Irish because I don't really know my Jamaican half. I've never met my grandfather.
Okay.
My mother's only met my grandfather in the past 3 or 4 years.
Right.
Right.
And what on that fateful day of your first racial slur against you, what was your mother's advice? What did she say to you?
She pretty much said that, you know, most people don't think the way that we do, don't have the sense to realize, you know, that you're offending somebody by saying something.
It's a really good way of putting it. Mm.
Or by offending somebody, you don't have any way to actually explain to them what you're trying to, you know, portray by using a racial slur. I mean, come up with better words.
Right.
Yeah.
So your mother obviously instilled good morals in you, enough to say it's kind of like turn the other cheek from the Bible.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, you know, obviously you're not going to put up with racism.
Sticks and stones.
You know, it's sticks and stones, exactly. Thanks. Right. That's exactly what it is.
Pretty much.
And did your mother ever suffer racism in this country?
Absolutely.
Oh, you say that more, with more
conviction
than you did anything else tonight. So can you explain that?
Sure, she could explain it better, but
I wonder if Dee would come on a phone call and explain what.
Yeah, Dee, if you want to. She's a comment here from Dee. She said it's okay for us to use the N word between us, and she also said, regardless the colour, to hear another human in distress is awful.
It's horrible. Mm-hmm. It is one of those moments when you feel helpless, because they're asking you for help. They're calling out for help from anybody, whoever will give the help. And that's the funny thing, even with white supremacists and racists, you know, they get a smack of a car and they're lying in the middle of the road and the paramedic comes and it's a black guy, they're going to say, please help me. They're not going to turn away the help because he's black. And that just goes to show their level of goddamn stupidity within these people.
Mm-hmm. Ignorance. Yeah.
Pure ignorance. So I'm assuming your mother has been called the N-word.
Absolutely.
Did you ever witness that?
No, not myself.
I'm assuming you would have went berserk.
There was a situation, because we live out in the sticks.
Okay.
Where she went out for lunch with her boyfriend at the time, and they went out for dinner, had dinner, and they were insulted by somebody else who was having dinner.
Oh, wow.
And the owner asked them to leave.
Your mum?
My mother. Who
oh my God! It should have been the other way around.
By the person.
What?
And dinner.
Where
I remember them coming home.
Where was that place you went for dinner?
Out them.
Nanny Quinn's.
There you go.
Oh my God! So I know. Wow.
Oh, that's so much worse.
I won't be going there for dinner again. I tell you that.
There you go. Yeah.
But considering certain events that would happen there, and your mother's involvement with said events as well,
right?
Yeah, dirt.
Well, I'm actually shocked by that. Yeah. That's crazy, man.
So did they turn around and say to your mother in a racist way, "You're not welcome here," or was it? Did the person who was intervening not understand the situation that was happening?
Mm.
Which was it?
I do not know because I was not there.
Yeah.
Right.
Dee, where are you? Come on the show, Dee.
Give us a comment there, Dee.
Actually, do you know what we're going to do? We're going to go into an ad break because it is just 11 o'clock, so we will talk to you after the break. Thank you very much.
So, Billy, does your social media look like a teenager's bedroom?
What? Full of Justin Bieber posters?
No, you incompetent fool. Messy and unorganized.
Yeah, it kinda does. But what can I do about it?
Oh, poor simple Billy. Why not put all your social media in one convenient place?
But gee whiz, mister, how can I do that?
With Social QR, of course. It's easy, fast, and free.
But what's Social QR?
Well, Billy, I'm glad you asked.
Social QR is a one-stop shop for personal and business social media users to have all your social media in one place. Easy to set up, easy to share, and fully customizable, with your own custom QR code suitable for digital and print media.
Jiminy crickets, so now it'll be as tidy as my web browser?
So don't forget, Billy, that's socialqr.xyz. And Billy, take down the Justin Bieber posters.
Aww.
Every day, Richie has to drive 2 miles to bum tobacco from his friends. With your generous donation of only $19.20 a week, Richie won't have to sponge from his friends. Text Richie to 52103427591268089 so we can finally tell Richie to piss off.
From its rich traditions beginning when the first AM radio transmission was broadcast in the year 1900 to present day, where radio is still the most listened to form of media and the #1 source for people of all ages to enjoy their favorite music and discover new artists. Sure, the technology has changed, but the concept has stood the test of time throughout history. From the end of World War II,
General Eisenhower informs me that the forces of Germany have surrendered to the United Nations. The flags of freedom fly all over Europe.
to the falling of the Berlin Wall.
Our top story. The Iron Curtain between East Germany and West Berlin has come tumbling down.
To the U.S. entering the War on Terror.
None of us will ever forget this day, yet we go forward to defend freedom and all that is good and just in our world. Thank you. Good night, and God bless America.
Generations across the world are united by music as it transcends all language barriers. It brings everyone on planet Earth closer together. We at iStreamRadio.ie understand what radio has done for the world and would like to thank radio for its 100-plus years of service. Radio has been here through thick and thin. Thank you, radio.
Imagination is the beginning of creation. You imagine what you desire. You will what you imagine. And at last, we create what you will. Don't wait for the right opportunity. Let us create it. When the virtual world of the internet, ideas, dreams, and concepts have become a reality, now is the time to bring your idea to the digital world. MilestoneMedia.ie offer a full range of digital services such as web development, hosting, audio, and visual services. Inspiration has a new platform. MilestoneMedia.ie. Experience the difference.
Hello, Supernatural Dogshit fans. I want to play a game. On October 31st, the Supernatural Dogshit team will be live for our Halloween special. In studio, psychic Deborah Orr and the team will be on an undisclosed haunted location. Will they survive? Tune in on October 31st at 9 p.m. Oh yes, there will be blood.
This is Henry. He's 40 minutes late. Again. His crew are waiting for him in the yard. He insists on using a wanked iPhone 4 to keep his alarms every morning. Ed says if he's late again, he'll eat his nonsense-spewing face because he's sick of his dogshit excuses. With your one-off donation of €3, we can get him an alarm clock and batteries from the pound shop. Please help this lazy gobshite get his ass to work before his employment runs out.
The Supernatural Dogshit podcast is controversial and confrontational and may cause offense to some. Listener discretion is advised.
And we are back so quickly. Seriously, lads, we need to make these ad breaks a lot longer.
We have an ad break in the works.
Yeah.
We do. Do we? Really? Why does my mic sound so low?
Same as, can we do, it's our headphones.
You knocked it down, you idiot.
Can we also say, text us in 085 2727 212.
And we actually have a little bit of a surprise for people. And we do have Dee on the line. Hi, Dee, can you hear us?
Hi, guys. Yeah, I can hear you.
Well, hey. So, Dee, yeah, we can hear you. You had some racial slurs thrown your way. I'm assuming that you've put up with some nonsense in this country. Can you explain what happened to you?
Which story do you want to hear?
Whichever one comes first to mind.
Well, that issue that Martin was talking about, that did happen. I went to the management of Nanny Quinn's the following day rather than cause a huffle and buffle that evening.
Okay.
To speak with management. And the management actually said to me, if you do not want to be racially slurred again, not to come into the premises, basically.
So they said to you never to come into the premises again?
If I don't want to be racially abused, not to go there again.
Are you kidding me?
So what they're saying is
That's exactly what he said.
So what they're saying is that they know they have racists among their midst. So if you don't want to be racially attacked, don't ever come in here again.
That's it, yeah.
What a bunch of, sorry for cursing, Dave, fucking morons.
So what we're going to do now, we're going to call out Nanny Quinn's on air.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Don't go to eating Nanny Quinn's.
No, obviously not if you want to get racially attacked.
Jesus.
So I'm assuming that...
And especially if any of your family are half-caste, because I am half-caste, I'm not entirely black.
Yeah, but you have the allure of a black woman.
Oh, I do indeed, and I love to dress as a strong black woman.
Isn't it amazing, though, that black women and black men have amazing skin? They just age so well, unlike us whiteys. We just age like shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's just you, Aiden.
I don't know about that.
So, come here and ask you, Dee. You were saying that you have loads of stories. Not to delve too deep, but what has been the worst moment for you? Have you ever been called the N-word? What's been the worst?
Oh, plenty of times. Hey, guys, I've been told to go back to my own country. I'm Irish. I was born and reared in this country. I speak the language fluently. I love the culture. There's some subjects I can't do even in the English language because I started at 4 years of age. My mum thought it would be a good idea for me to have good Irish roots and a good culture behind me. And I done the same with my two boys. And I've been told to go back to my own country when I'm standing on my own soil.
So I'll ask you the same question that I asked Martin earlier. Do you consider yourself Irish, Irish Jamaican, or Jamaican?
Irish.
So you do 100% Irish.
Absolutely.
Isn't it great, though? And it really is great that we live in a society where... I have a friend of mine, he lives in Dublin. Now, this guy is as black as the ace of spades. And he has the thickest Dublin accent you will ever hear in your entire life. And when I first met the guy, it was literally a bit of a shock because I was expecting him to have an African accent. But he didn't. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? That's the top. And I loved it. I just thought it was the best thing ever. So Dee, one last time, so what's the most racist thing that has ever happened to you? Have you ever been provoked into a situation to defend yourself, or have you ever attacked someone back, or give us something?
Oh, yes, absolutely, yeah. Physically, where I have had physical harm caused.
Whoa!
Oh, we're breaking up. Oh, we're losing Dee. Oh, crap!
We get her back.
But I've done more damage.
Oh, Dee, can you hear us?
I'm back.
Okay,
I seen that just paused.
Yeah, Dee, sorry about that. It's our signal here. So continue on what you were saying. You were attacked.
Yeah, in my younger days, Dublin was a very, very different place, and there was a few kind of attacks, but I'm a strong L cookie, and I gave a hell of a lot harder than what I received.
Go on. So I'm assuming you have been called the N-word.
Oh, plenty of times, yeah.
And do you find that word extremely offensive, or do you think it's lost all meaning now?
It is offensive, but you know, after many, many, many years, why would you bother taking the opinion of someone you're not going to ask for advice when your life is falling apart?
Absolutely.
Of an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it took me many years to get to that point. You know, because our biggest thing in life is a basic need that every human being has is love and belonging, and all we want is to belong. You know, so when you're not accepted into your own society, when you're Irish, it's very, very difficult when somebody sees you as an outsider, you know.
Well, it seems like that's been quite tough. Like, I couldn't imagine, you know, being an Irish person and having to suffer the wrath of Irish people for being Irish. So I can just put that down to pure ignorance on behalf of these morons who ever attacked you.
And absolutely, you just walk away from it and just don't go there.
And let me ask
Leave
you,
them to it.
Let me ask you as well. What do you think about what's going on in the States at the moment with BLM? Are you a supporter of BLM?
I'm not a supporter of anything. I'm just a supporter of human beings being human to one another.
Wow.
You know, my motto really is empowering others to empower themselves, regardless to what color or creed you are.
And is that? Do you think this way is because you actually that you have lineage from Ireland and Jamaica? So what did the people describe themselves? Is half caste a horrible term, or is that a right term?
Are you allowed to say that?
Are you allowed to say that anymore?
Half caste?
Yeah.
Is
Not
that
really? No, you're not allowed to use that anymore either.
so? What is it that? How do you describe somebody that is from both lineage?
I don't. They're human beings.
Yeah,
it's a good way to
describe it. She actually has a great point.
But you know, the reason why I'm asking this question is because you have a unique perspective. You've the perspective from being half white and half black. If you were a fully black person, does that mean that you would probably support Black Lives Matter more?
No, because I've done my bit for that as well. I've done my photograph months ago when my sisters in the UK were doing it. You know, I've only met my family 3 years ago, my dad's side of the family. So from my whole 40-odd years here, I
we're
didn't
losing
know
again.
my dad. So it was very, very different, you know. So for that, yeah, because I'm learning a lot about the other side of my life as well, you know, and traits that I would have that are in your genes that don't belong to my Irish family.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
Not just colour, you know.
And you said
It's
that
not just the colour. It's my love for drums. It's my love for other things that none of my Irish family have. You know?
And your father, he actually lives in the UK. Am I getting that right?
He does, yeah, yeah.
So how long has he been in the UK?
He moved to the UK in his mid-teens, so the guts of 50 years.
So I'm assuming that the type of racism that he would have experienced, especially in the UK, would have been dramatically worse than what you experienced here in Ireland, or is that me overestimating?
Well, I don't know. I think racism is a terrible thing. I think abuse is a terrible thing. It doesn't matter what way.
No, we're losing you badly there.
There's so many different.
Caught up. Sorry, Dee, we're having terrible issues here with the signal.
Yeah, no, that's okay. What I was saying is, I think for any human being to project their negativity upon another person, no matter what way it is, in aggressive manner, violence, I think it's awful. It's actually horrific because we all know what it's like to be on the receiving end.
Yeah, we
regardless.
do. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not nice.
We all suffer from some form of discrimination.
My work is empowering others to empower themselves.
I tell you what, Dee, we're having terrible issues with the sound quality here. The signal's going crap.
Can I ask Dee a question before she goes?
Yeah, Nathan wants to ask you a question.
Off topic completely. What sort of dog do you have in the background there? I think we lost her.
Is she gone completely?
I don't know.
Oh no.
Yeah, she's frozen.
It's a terrier. Yeah.
Oh, it's a little terrier.
A Yorkshire Terrier.
Just to lighten it up before she goes.
Well, yeah, no.
Shih Tzu Terrier.
Your son just described you as a terrier, by the way.
Yeah, I can be a bit of a terrier if I need to be.
I can imagine.
Well, I tell you what, Dee, we're going to let you go, but I'll allow you to have I'll let you have the last word. So if you have any word of advice for any of the moron racists out there or people who are misunderstanding the situation, what is your advice to them? No.
Wait.
I actually don't have
No, lads, we're having...
any advice.
Yeah, Dee, we're having so many problems here. Yeah.
Have advice.
No.
Yeah, she said she doesn't have any advice.
Yeah.
Just love one another, basically. And
That's good advice then.
Well, Dee, we're going. If you can hear me, we can't hear you, but we're going to let you go because the signal is just terrible. And it was lovely to talk to you, and we will take great care of your son.
Take it on.
Thanks. It all just cut off at once.
Yeah. Good night, Dee. Take it easy. Bye. So that was Martin's mother.
That was
Dee.
good.
Yeah. Thanks very much for coming on, Dee. If you're listening and it's all catching up with you now because there's like a 20-second delay on this, it's just that where we are, the location where we are, we usually hook up through the Wi-Fi and it's a much better signal.
It was a last-minute call.
It was a last-minute call, but I appreciate you coming on. I would love to have you in the studio.
Yeah.
It would be great to have you down to actually talk about your stories because your son's very quiet tonight. He's just been like super mega quiet.
Wait till we get to the fun stuff.
Super chilled.
Yeah, and you know what, lads? Hold on,
I have one comment here as well from Ken. It says, we're taught about black history, never white history.
Well, in actual, do you know there was a guy, I can't remember his name, he's a very famous black dude. It's all white history in fairness.
Yeah.
But there was a black dude who, you and I watched him the other day, he was talking to Pierce Morgan, and he said, not Pierce Morgan, Stephen Crowder, he said, no, me and you, Ed, we were watching it, and he said, I think there should be a white history month. This is a black guy. Yeah. He said, we have a Black History Month, we have a Hispanic History Month, we have this History Month, that. He said, why not have a white? Why not? If you want equality, there's equality right there. And on that note, yeah, we're going to have a little bit of fun.
Time for the fun stuff.
Yes, we are indeed.
Yow!
Oh, your mother sounds like a really nice person, by the way.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
And I don't want you getting offended or hitting me because you're much bigger than I am. She's hot.
Shut your face, Aiden.
Is that going a bit beyond, is it?
No, not at all.
Is that offensive? I'm sure your mother appreciates it. She sounds like a sound woman.
She's lovely.
Yes.
She is.
Decent old skin, as the Irish would say.
Yeah.
The old skin.
And she had a few words of wisdom there as well.
Yeah. She did, but unfortunately I wanted to hear her last
right
words.
At the end.
Yeah, I wanted to hear that because, she sounds like a wise woman.
Mm-hmm.
She sounds like she knows her shit. The fact that she told you, these people don't understand what they're saying, don't worry about it, and the way she handled herself in Nanny Queen's, she sounds like a smart broad.
Oh, she is.
Strong
woman. A terrier, is that what you called her? It's bleeding awful, that is.
No, but in fairness, they were like between Warchin across the way and his brother Kieran. Kieran's also in the band, he's the drummer.
Mm-hmm.
But they're two of the most chilled out dudes you will ever meet. They're just zen motherfuckers.
Yeah, I just met this guy tonight. I like him already.
It was because he's almost horizontal in the chair there. Nice and chilled and relaxed.
Yeah, look, he's making me chill. I'm chilling.
Do you know what? This is probably a little racist.
Go on.
It's probably a little racist. But can you do an impression of Samuel L. Jackson where he calls everybody? What does he call it? What is it? He overuses motherfucker. Is
motherfucker.
It? Yeah. What? Go on. Do an impression of Samuel.
Is that from Pulp Fiction?
Ah, no.
I can't because it would be racist. It's like if I was doing a Chinese person.
Really? Is it like that?
Yeah.
It would be like that, wouldn't it?
Nobody gives a shit if you slag the Chinese. I don't know why. Sorry for any of our Chinese listeners.
To be fair, I've probably been racially abused by more Chinese people than anyone else.
Yeah, actually.
I don't think they mind. It's kind of the way you can abuse an Irish person from the highest of the heavens, and we just kind of laugh it off.
Well, you know who just walked into the studio? Samuel L. Jackson.
Well, Sam.
You motherfucker.
Oh! That was good. I have a little story too, actually. I was in a Chinese in town recently.
Okay.
And the woman turned around to me and she goes, "Where did you get that hat that says dog shit? I saw somebody else in the Chinese wearing that hat the other day."
And it was Ed.
Yeah.
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 So, We're getting the name out there, the hats.
Yeah, Supernatural Dogshit.
If you want a hat, go on the website.
Actually, if any of our listeners are actually listening, you can text into 085 27 27 212. Send in your comments and pictures or breasticles or whatever you want to send in. We don't mind.
Dick pics.
No, except for dick pics.
Can we stop getting dick pics, please?
Yeah, nobody has sent us a dick pic yet.
Yeah, we actually
Yes,
have comments. We have comments here as well. It says it's kind of going back, but they said there's no need for a poster child. There's no cause. Just stop being criminals.
Booyah.
Thanks, Darren.
Thanks, Darren.
Well done. And he also says racism is media fueled. It sells papers.
Look,
I mean, a lot of everything is geared towards selling papers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, another reason RT went the shit heap the other night. I forgot to bring it up. Go on. Fuck off. Another reason was that I had switched the station over from RTE1 to 2FM. It was early in the morning. I was just sitting in the car and I turned the radio between the two because one started talking about the president's dog 2 days after it died. I changed the station over, and the other one was telling the exact same story, the exact same script.
Ed, I zoned out.
Oh man, it was just so tedious and boring anyway. That's what I was giving out about.
Yeah, well, but you explaining your tedious and boring situation turned out to be a tedious and boring situation.
The point is, they're spending more focus on the dead dog than the actual current affairs.
My head fell on the mic too.
You're a pair of bellends. And the smell of smegma off you is rotten. It's putrid and thick and it's hanging in the air, and I'm sure if I had a knife and stabbed the air, it would hang there in the odour.
It's because we were space talking before the show.
You know the missing episode. There is a missing episode.
2.
No, 7. Oh, there is 2. Yeah. But that was the first episode wasn't an actual episode.
I thought we were never going to mention number 7 again.
No, well, you know what I was going to say about. I forget what I was going to say about number 7. I lost.
Oh well, Richard, let's crack.
Yeah,
well, Mr. Big Nips.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Did you hear episode number 7?
No. The wild podcast.
I don't think so.
Okay, so we measured our testicles
on air.
On air.
We also measured our nipples.
And who do you think had the biggest testicles?
I don't know.
Go on, have a guess.
I just winked very gaily, by the way, towards you.
But there's a but. He cheated.
I did.
Right? He squeezed his testicle so it would be more elongated.
Right.
And that's how he won. He put himself through pain to win.
Do anything to win.
Anything to win.
Yeah, I'm not going to be the loser.
Fair play to you.
Yeah, see, that's what it takes, conviction, lads.
So what actual
this is what
size
you
is your
assholes
testicle?
are missing. I don't know.
Also, when are you going to eat the pube sandwich?
Yeah. Let's not forget about that. The person with the smallest testicles has to eat a pube sandwich.
Yeah.
Guess who the smallest was? Mr. Ed Small Testicle Harris.
It was me until I demanded a recount.
Yes, and that's where mine grew by like 3.
We all measured our own,
Is it
and then I
millimeters?
demanded that one person measure everybody.
I'd like to point out me and Richie were the only honest men in that room.
But was it millimeters? Are they in millimeters?
Millimeters.
It's actually in your book right there.
It's in
if
your
you scroll
book.
through the pages.
I know, but this book is in bits, lads.
Yeah,
Look at that.
the,
it's just random.
The figures are there somewhere.
Crap all over the place.
I actually have technical drawings I need to get out of that
There's
book.
one technical
That's not
drawing.
one of them.
There's one of these technical drawings. There's a technical drawing right there. It's a penis.
A penis.
Yeah.
Great.
I do have an obsession with penis.
Right.
Penis?
There's a lot of peni in this room.
Yeah, like I've never touched another lad's genitalia.
Or have you?
Or have I? Maybe I have. I did, yeah. I crossed swords when I was a kid with another kid.
What?
Yeah, I was like 8, something like that.
Right.
And we like crossed swords out in the shed. and I wouldn't mind. This is probably where my fascination with Pakistan started. He was Pakistani.
Oh, Jesus.
Swear to God, yeah. But here's the thing. We never realised he was Pakistani until we were teenagers.
How?
Just a kid. For the kids, it's just another kid. You don't see the race. You just see another kid, your friend.
Unless it's taught to you in a
that
way, yeah.
Unless your parents are raging
Racists.
Yes, white supremacists. Can I also point out, by the way, how particularly quiet you guys are tonight as well?
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. Yes, extremely. When you listen back to the podcast, you're going to go, very quiet tonight.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. Maybe it's the late night singing sessions you've been going on.
Probably.
Could you not sleep last night?
Oh, I was out for the count.
Ooh, that should be one of our challenges.
What? Wake me up.
No, a sing-off.
A sing-off?
No, because he'll win.
A rap battle. No, he's not bad either.
Yeah, he's actually not bad.
We did hear him sing, and he's not too bad.
Martin, how's your singing skills?
Ooh.
Oh, Danny boy. No?
No.
No?
I bet you he. What was the song we were singing last night?
You know he could sing Shaft. You know the song Shaft?
Shaft.
Who's the man with all the big knob? I don't know the words to the song. Shaft.
Do you remember that was out in the practice place with the big Shaft poster up there? Anto got it from somewhere.
Right.
I think you got it.
A big Shaft poster, like
no,
a poster.
Shaft. It was like the movie poster.
A poster of a Shaft.
No.
Your group was very gay.
Oh my god.
You were. And considering you were like the most appealing boy of 1996 runner-up.
Yeah, that's the picture. Have you seen this picture, Martin?
Nope.
So see this picture behind you on the wall.
I think you have seen that picture, Martin.
Right. He won the most appealing boy in Westmeath.
I had you all convinced that was my little brother that had died.
Yeah. See, and he says he doesn't have. He said, "I don't have a dark soul." His soul is as dark as his sphincter.
I can talk about myself any damn way I please.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the.
And I think it's funny.
That's my emotive
and it
reaction.
amuses me.
That you're dark, inside and out.
You see that?
He has no heart.
You know, Ed is a secret Scrooge McDuck. You know who Scrooge McDuck is, don't you? You know the miserable old bastard of a duck who just was interested in money.
He just reckons I'll get minted someday and I'll turn into this asshole.
Yep.
Just going around slapping biscuits out of orphans' mouths and whatnot.
You'd be going over and pissing on homeless people.
Jesus.
That's how bad you are.
You're wearing a kimono.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a bit pedantic, is it not? It's pedantic.
It's pretty warm.
You're wearing a kimono with a neck scarf.
It's me fucking...
You're not Hugh fucking Hefner.
It's me mask when I go to the shop.
He could be the next Hefner.
He was doing the Instagram earlier on.
He could be the next Hefner.
face because you decided no one could see me face.
I did.
Go on, have a sip of your gunpowder tea there.
Yeah.
I'll try and call me gunpowder.
What a hipster.
Fuck off.
Love it.
Oh, do you know what you can do? Do you know what you can do? You can find the darkest
part of your
part
soul
of my hole and lick it clean for me.
Oh, delish. It's like a KFC finger licking good.
Oh, Jesus.
So, Martin, you going to sing us a song? You could barely get the fucker to talk all night.
Have you got any dirty jokes for us, Martin?
And now we ask him to sing a song, and it's like, lads, like this is way too much pressure. I'm going to burst you when we're off air. That's exactly what's happening in his head right now.
I'm not that drunk. Sorry.
So have you got any jokes for us?
Dirty jokes. We like dirty jokes.
No. Oh, your mother's listening. You can't tell a dirty joke.
Can't get that dirty anyway.
Oh, but he sounds so sultry. Can't get that dirty. Oh, dirty. Now we just sound like a bunch of bears.
Yeah.
Have you ever
yes, Mrs. That lovely material. What's that made of?
Diddly doo big guy that wears me shillelagh. He loves.
Aiden's not big into the Irish.
You can go take a dump.
Actually, your mother's going to hate me after what I'm about to say. I hate Irish culture. I detest it.
Yeah, he does.
So much. I think it's...
No, you just wish you were a Yank.
No, God no.
Oh, yay, Trump.
No.
You do love Trump.
No, I love Trump. But, no, here's the thing. If you asked me where I would love to... What accent I would love to have. British accent. That old hello.
Tea and scones on the grass.
Yes, those things.
You want to be a rah-rah.
Yeah, jolly good old chap, rather. Like, I would love to be able to do that. Have you ever heard Milo Yiannopoulos talking?
Yeah.
Or Pierce Morgan?
Yes.
Or even Jeremy Clarkson?
Yeah, tough.
Yeah, like they can really, and they're so grand. I would like to be that grand.
You could just do it then.
I can't, because I'm not an Englishman.
Oh,
pure Irish.
Because you're an Irishman.
Actually, no.
And you should be proud of that.
We have Indian lineage in our family.
Do you?
Yes, my great somebody along the line married an Indian woman.
And where's the amorphous asshole lineage come in?
Probably the Indians. By the way, have you ever noticed how...
Actually, he does look a bit like a baldy Veragter now. Pale, baldy Veragter look to him, yeah.
I'm not as pale as you.
So?
Like, I'm a little bit more tan than you, and I get no vitamin D. And now look at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Martin, you're claiming to be black? See this guy?
Yeah, but that's welder's tan.
No, that's filth. That's what that is. Dirt, welded onto your arms. Yeah. Dirt welded on.
Ed, you'll never believe this.
I might.
Aiden walked somewhere yesterday.
He knows.
Oh, yeah, he told me this.
Oh,
he
told everybody. I walked somewhere.
I walked somewhere. Yeah, he was so proud of himself.
He walked to my house.
I went for a walk.
Can I also point out, and you will love me for this, Nathan, but we're changing the abuse from Ed to Nathan. I went into Nathan's house last night. I was like, Nathan, what is that smell?
Me dog.
And he has a dog, a German Shepherd, Alsatian.
Belgian Shepherd.
German Shepherd.
German Shepherd.
Long hair German Shepherd.
In the house.
Beautiful dog.
And the smell of the dog in the house, mixed with some
Cleaning products.
Cleaning products that gave it this pungent twang that I'm going, ooh, this is. And I the whole time I was there, all I did was say, Nathan, the smell of this.
He just gave out at my house the whole time he was there.
The smell of it.
He's my smelly dog and I love him, right?
I know, but if you bring a girl back there, you know, she's hardly going to go, well, that's going to romance
we
me.
go into a different we go into a different room.
I'm sure that smells worse.
No.
We'll
space talk later and we'll find out.
I'll take you up on the challenge.
All right.
I'll go into your bedroom
Just
and we'll
go in and peel back your bell ends, the two of you. Just peel them back for like 10 minutes and waft it about. Just stand in front of a fan.
Yeah, that'll make it better.
Well, I mean, it'll cover up the smell of dog at least.
It'll do more than that. It would be radioactive. You do remember my conversation about my radioactive penis?
Oh, yeah.
And we can't name the names because he had
a new virus breaks out. They can call it the Patrick Street virus.
You know, actually, you were there. I think you were there, Nathan. The day after the very first podcast, which is also no longer online, I did say some quite vulgar remarks towards an ex that, not even an ex, it was just somebody who was shagging. I told the story.
One night stand?
Yeah, the one night stand with the girl that was vomiting and her father died and so on and so forth.
We'll tell you this story off air, man.
Yeah. Why? Because I'm not allowed to say it, because the following day, Mr. Harris here turns around and he says, I think it should be a rule you shouldn't be able to name names on air. It's just rude. It's just rude. Such a snowflake.
Richie Quinlan, fuck you.
Such a
couldn't resist.
Be respectful of people. Some people mightn't want to be involved.
So, tough crap. She made the decision to have sex with me.
And suck his smeg.
I'm entitled within my life to tell about my sex life to whom I wish. I am a free citizen. Come on, Ed, give me your worst.
What?
I don't know, whatever your argument's going to be against.
I don't have an argument. I just don't care anymore. I'm just, I have to look at you.
You just get fed up listening to him.
Right now,
I have to listen to it.
Right now, heroin would sharpen you up.
Really? Really? I think a holiday would sharpen me up.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, we might be planning a holiday.
Or even better than that, maybe if I locked you in a big plastic IKEA box.
Okay, what would happen there?
I'd just leave you there to shrivel up and die.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, see, there's that dark part of your soul
It's
again.
not a dark part of me, I just have to put up with you.
Well, you know, you volunteered this. I wouldn't mind. I think it was hours after I moved in. Ed was sitting down. Hey, I'm kind of worried about you. You know, your behaviour is quite weird, and you know what the things you do.
Considering what a weird fucker I am to come out and say that.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm weird. I can tell people
you are a weirdo.
I'm so weird. But you know, every day this week I have had to walk to Lidl to buy chocolate croissants because he keeps buying them and he leaves them in the press for his lunch.
And you keep eating them.
And I keep eating a whole pack of 10.
Look, he'd eat a pack of 10 in a night.
A pack of 10. And do you know what the worst part is? You know, last night you said to me, oh, I see you bought 2 packs.
Yeah.
See, there's one missing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because I ate the whole pack of 10
I know, it's
again.
the only reason I got one of them today.
I'm wondering how this is happening.
Wondering?
Well,
you know why?
Yeah, I'm a fat.
For everybody at home, Aiden's overweight.
So overweight.
16 something stone.
16.
Can't wait. We've cameras so we can poke him with broomsticks and make it jiggle.
Well,
stick him in a little cage.
We are
all glory to Hypno Tits.
We are working on getting a nutritionist / personal trainer in to do the competition. The lads and I have a competition to see can I lose a stone. He needs to gain half a stone of muscle or something like that.
Yeah.
And Ed needs to do something similar as well. So the dietitian
and
is
JJ.
And JJ. We're all going to have our own separate plans, and whoever hits the target first wins the competition, which I think is a really good idea. But we're struggling finding somebody who wants to take part in this.
And be a part of it.
Because I'm thinking they're thinking, oh Jesus, these lads are, you know, talking about pube sandwiches and measuring testicles and, you know, not a hope that we're going to get involved in that show.
Pints of piss on the table.
Pints of magic mushroom piss on the table.
Yeah.
What? It was appropriate? It made you as uncomfortable as anyone you'd ever sent a dick pic to?
Oh yeah, there was a whole metaphor for it. Yes.
I'm not allowed to talk about, say somebody's name on air, but he can put a pint of stagnant urine that had sediment on the bottom of the glass stinking out the room, and I'm like,
you didn't notice it. I deliberately left it in the room
I could
open.
smell it afterwards.
You could smell it afterwards. You
After
couldn't
I knew
smell
it was there.
after I put it there, and I put it there about 4 days beforehand.
You're a dirty pig.
How much to drink it?
To drink it?
Yeah.
10 grand.
10 grand, you would have drank it.
Yeah, no
Martin,
problem.
how much did you for a drink a pint of piss?
No, a pint of mushroom piss.
Yeah.
To see do you get high off it.
Oh, we have a comment here from a listener. Aiden, you don't need a diet, you need surgery.
He needs an exorcist.
Thank you for that, JJ. Really appreciate
Well,
that.
unfortunately, what was that famous comedian? She was so brash. She was my type of gal.
Joan Rivers?
Joan Rivers. She died during liposurgery.
Also, Martin dodged that question.
Martin?
How much?
I was thinking about $10 million.
Oh, nice.
No, seriously, if I was to put a pint of pee in front of you right now, a wad of notes, 10 grand, would you not be tempted to do it?
Ooh, yeah.
I would down that pint of piss so fast for 10 grand.
5 grand.
10 grand.
Yeah, I do for 5.
500.
I'd build us a tour bus for 10 grand.
Yeah, actually, that was what I was going to talk about as well. We should go on a holiday, lads.
Together?
Yeah. We should all hold hands and merrily skip across COVID Europe.
That means we have to look at each other for a little more time than we already do.
Yeah, that is a problem. That is a huge problem. Because
I don't know.
you're like Trush, you're an irritating cunt.
Thanks.
Yeah, and Ed is so dark.
Fuck off.
You know, and he never laughs, does he? Like,
No.
look at him, it's tough to get him to laugh.
And you just have no empathy for anyone.
You've no empathy for anyone, yeah.
I'm a sociopath.
You're the
we've
dark
discussed
one.
this. No, I'm not dark. I'm nothing. You're dark.
You're the void.
I'm the void, the viscere. That's what I am.
And I'm the abyss.
No. You're just a dark soul, twisted.
Yeah. When Ed laughs,
Twisted and,
children cry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because it's so evil. Actually,
You like that one?
If you listen to his laughs, it's
Oh yeah, dark. I mean, you probably know him longer than both of us. What's he like? Is he dark? Yeah.
He's always been dark.
Yeah.
Baby.
Wild.
dark in a good way or a bad way? Because there is a dark good.
The first shrink I saw when I was 16 said you have a really dark sense of humour, but it seems to be working for you.
Now, I feel vindicated
that the shrink
at
said
the
it.
very fact that a shrink said it to you. So could you not at least turn around and say, Aiden, well done.
It's only dark humour.
Well done, Aiden, for being so observant on my attitude and my life and, you know.
It's just dark humour.
Have you noticed how I'm never wrong?
Because he's a smug prick.
Never.
He is. He is.
Never, ever, ever wrong.
So?
And
I want to bring up a topic.
Go on.
And it's kind of going to put it on you, but I want to talk about this as well.
Oh, come on.
Masturbation.
Oh, God, no.
No, we have to save this for the kink episode.
Oh, we're
because I know
saving
what you
this.
want to talk about.
Okay,
And we
okay,
can
okay,
discuss it then.
okay.
Besides, I am an athlete.
Ed doesn't masturbate, just saying.
Don't need to.
That's bull poop. Supernatural dog shit, that's what that is.
Yeah, but let's not.
No, let's not do that.
Let's save that conversation.
We will talk about that when we're talking to Brianne.
On the 6th of October.
Brianne
Davis
and
Fierce
Mr.
Pox.
Fierce Pox, who is, Pierce, you're going to murder me, but I keep forgetting, is it a chemical biologist or?
He's a PhD and a master's.
Analyst.
Chemical analyst.
Mm-hmm.
What does that even mean? You analyze
Analyze
chemicals?
chemicals.
But does a machine not analyse the chemicals for you?
Well, he has
So you know how to read the machine?
Pierce just goes, pours it in, machine does the job. Pierce, you're useless, man. What the hell?
I bet you couldn't do it.
I could pour liquid into a machine and press a button.
Do you not remember when he was
I
here?
can't wait till he comes in here and slaps the head of you.
With knowledge.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with being
Beat
slapped
you
around
with his
knowledge.
brutal shillelagh
it will-
knowledge.
If he comes in here and beats me with knowledge, it is much better than sitting here with you two bell ends.
Yeah. Also, listeners at home, hurl your abuse in at Aiden here, please. We would like that a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The narcissist
I'll just
sociopath.
describe him. He's like someone hit a couch with a train.
Didn't you get a complaint?
Animated it slightly. Oh yeah, I did.
Did get a
Yeah,
complaint.
I'm here
we
for a
got
reason.
a complaint.
Actually,
Someone was telling me
all complaints that have come in thus far
have been about
me.
you.
Yeah. I'm a really nice guy.
No, yeah.
Moment silence. You're not a nice guy.
Now I'm gonna call you out because you know and I know that when you do this on air that you say something that isn't necessarily true.
Here we go.
I continuously call you out on your bullshit.
Here we go.
So, nay.
Yes.
When your car broke down for the 10th millionth time, who was there?
You were the first person to come help me.
Who gave you a loan of a car for
You
what, like 6
did.
months?
You did. All gracious Aiden.
Yeah, and who has dug you out of so many holes?
You.
Yeah, see, I'm an amazing person.
You are.
Send your love, people, not hate. Send your love.
He's right.
I am.
He's right.
Yeah, you know what? He's not the worst.
He's an asshole, but he's our asshole.
Ew.
Why does this always happen as well? We get like
Uber
affectionate. Yeah, it's weird.
Because it's weird because we are just so horrible to each other all day long.
It's, you know what, genuinely, I think it is a case. I'm such, what would I say, honest? Like walking into your house and saying, wow, what's that smell?
Or saying it on fucking air.
Yeah, or saying it on air, exactly.
Dickhead.
With your smelly doghouse.
You know, I just call it as it is.
You do.
And I think that makes for a better host. And I tell you why, because with the Black Lives Matter stuff and all the serious stuff that we deal with tonight, not a single bit of racism involved there. It's just to the point.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's what the media and everybody else is doing. Everybody else is doing, especially these lefties like Ed here. They don't see the point. The other night I asked you a question, my dear, my love. I asked you a question the other night, and it was, do you agree with murder or something like that? Was it about abortion? And I said to you, now you have the both sides of the story, can you still not equate what's happening? And you were like, no, there's a grey area in life, blah, 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 blah. Why can't you just be black and white? That sounds racist, but why can't you be black and white?
Because it's easy.
Yes
it's
or no?
easy to be black and white.
Exactly.
But life isn't black and white.
There you go, but it's easy to be black and white.
Yeah.
And if we were all black and white about the situation, you know, oh, there's somebody getting murdered. I'm going to walk away, but I'm going to help. Black and white. Not that
I'm going to walk away, but I'm going to help.
No, this is different people
Oh,
talking.
two different
I'm going to
people.
walk away, but I'm going to help. And then you have the grey area of the indifferent. What will we do?
The grey area.
Yeah.
Do you help every homeless person you see?
I do.
Didn't you once put a homeless man in your house?
I did.
And let him sleep there?
For Christmas. Every homeless person I see, now the lads will attest to this,
Yeah.
and I won't just like throw them €1. If I have a tenner change in my pocket, I will get that tenner change and just give the whole thing.
To be fair as well, Martin, he picked up a drunk man the other night, threw him in the back of the car, brought him to the Garda station. The drunk man puked all over the back of his car.
And
pooped himself.
And shit all over
And
the
he
back
was
of the
just
car.
trying to do the right thing.
Yeah. So yeah, decent guy, so fuck you.
You're still a dickhead.
Yeah. Only because I'm horrible about people. Because I call out assholes and I call out liars.
You
so
do?
unfortunately, I'm being seen as a bit of a knob. Ed, you're such a handsome bastard. You're not.
I know.
What do women see in you?
I have no idea.
Actually, you.
I think it's the beautiful eyes.
It is the eyes.
I think it's the eyes.
Yeah.
Doesn't he have really nice eyes, doesn't he? Like genuinely.
Well, it's definitely not looking like a Mad Max extra.
Well, you never know. It's definitely not your personality.
No, because you do.
I agree with that.
No, you definitely look like a Mad Max extra, but you are a white knight.
I'm not.
Come on, attack me. Go for it.
I'm not a white knight.
Why do you say he's a white knight?
Why do you say that?
Because he aligns himself with politically with the left.
Not
we know
necessarily.
this, with the vast majority of your opinions.
Some of it,
Hence
not all
the
of it.
reason why we disagree so much.
So
you align with the left, I align with the right. I'm fine with saying that.
Yeah,
You
but
should
that's
own
not
it.
to say I don't disagree with some policies and theories of the right either.
Okay. Yeah, but you mostly agree with the left.
I just try and think about other people when I think about these situations.
I try and think about other
Words
people.
to say.
That too. But you know,
No, I-
what's good for one isn't necessarily good.
I just
for
had a
another.
great idea.
What's that?
What?
You know Stephen Hawking's The Voice, you know, I am a robot, you know that thing?
Mhm.
Well, what we'll do is tonight that he's gone, because Ed is going to be going away for 2 months. He's not going to prison. Don't worry about it. He's just a busy man. So what we could do is we could replace him with just like a computerized voice, like a Stephen Hawking's job.
Yeah.
So, Ed, what's on the shit heap this week? I don't know. I am a boring asshole.
Oh, Jesus. That's mean.
I was actually thinking I might have enough facilities up there to send you sound bites.
Actually, that was a great idea that he will bring him on.
On a call?
On a call, yes. So he can
So how long
do
are you
it.
going to be gone for, Ed?
Couple of months.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's going to be lonely in this studio.
He's going out to spread his seed.
God.
I doubt
Well,
it.
no, I'm lying.
hoping.
I'm clearly lying.
I'm hoping.
Oh, you're
to
going
go
out
to
for
work.
work. You're going out for work
After
reasons.
a long time off.
Is that a sure thing?
I don't know.
Oh, so balls. We were hoping to get rid of you.
Well,
Part-
I might be sticking around.
We were hoping to get some hot girl in that seat instead, yeah.
Party in Ed's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I have keys. I do live there.
Do you? Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Do not
Party.
trash.
We'll
the
steal
gaff.
his underwear. Smell it.
They'll be up there with me.
Oh, here's an embarrassing thing. An embarrassing can't say it, embarrassing thing to admit to on air. Have you ever stole a pair of panties?
Oh, I like this question.
I wouldn't say stolen. I'd say they've been left behind.
Okay. Have you? Oh, this is even worse.
Go on.
D, turn off your radio. Have you ever sniffed a pair of panties?
Be honest. I'll be honest. If you be honest.
Oh, absolutely.
I have took a major whiff.
Me too, Martin.
He's not going to admit anything on air. Are you mad?
My mother's probably listening too.
Hold on, Martin. The pressure's on, buddy.
What's that?
Have you ever took a whiff of a pair of women's underwear?
Yes.
Come on, Martin.
Fucking legend. Ledge.
You're allowed to curse for that
So
one.
here's the thing. You know the white knight thing that we were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
Lots of... These days, men are being portrayed as quite feminized. When secretly, they're still the same pervy guy as they were before. They're just hiding it very well, like Mr. Harris.
Yeah. And there's also the internet.
He just hides
I
it
don't
well.
hide it well.
I don't jerk off. I don't steal women's underwear.
Well, he said he did. Oh, he did. Well, they were left behind.
Yeah, no, but I'm just making shit up now. I've stolen many of underwear.
Really?
Oh, knicker sniffer. I'm prolific.
See what I mean? He's just a creep.
Prolific knicker sniffer.
Have you ever... I remember finding a massive blue dildo in my friend's mum's bedroom.
Thank God I thought you were going to say your mother's.
No, not my mum. My friend's mum's bedroom. And for his nickname after this, it was a big blue dildo. And his nickname for like the next 10 years was Big Blue.
Okay.
Poor guy.
You're my boy, Blue.
Yeah, that's basically where it came from, yeah.
Big bear in the big blue house.
And his mum was hot. I hope you're not listening. Your mum was hot, though.
What was that song that we were only listening to the other night with a really sexy chick in the video, and it's the kid is looking at the woman, the mother, instead of the...
Oh, Stacey's
mom.
mom.
Stacey's mom. Lads, if there's lads listening, or any lesbians listening...
I think everybody knows that video.
If you've seen the video, or if you haven't seen it, go watch it.
What's her... That was good. What's her name in real life?
Who?
Oh, she was married to Rod Stewart, wasn't she?
Was she?
I think so.
Isn't he some old, decrepit looking
Oh
fella?
yeah, like she's
Well,
way
he's been
older
using
than
oil of Olay since he was 17, so what does that tell you?
he looks like a post box. Don't know why I think that, but he just
Yeah,
looks like a
he's
post
real
box.
leathery kind of looking
But
dude.
here's the thing: she was clearly much younger than he was.
Well, yeah.
But
That's what happens when you have money.
Chasey's mom was like, I want to say 93.
Stacey's mum, yeah, but yeah, we'll say 90s, mid 90s.
So that was
No, it wasn't.
30 years ago.
Was it 00?
Stacey's mom was like, the 90s.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Mr.
2003, I think.
All right.
Lynham, get on and do your research there. I'm saying 93. You're saying?
2003.
You're saying?
97.
You're saying? That's all you've said all night. Come on, what are you saying?
Stacey's mom?
Yeah, when was it
What
released?
year was it released?
That was like into 2000s.
And
2002.
Okay.
Oh, he's very, very close.
Oh shit! So
We're
I was
about wrong.
miles off.
2003.
Hey.
Oh, what did you say? 2003?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Bastard.
Yeah. See,
So-
we don't listen when he talks.
Earlier when I
Yeah.
said I'm
Sorry.
earlier when
Assholes.
I said I'm never wrong. Turns out
Yeah.
I am.
Sometimes.
Yeah, but see,
You can go eat some
I
supernatural dog shit.
I will admit when I'm wrong. Oh wait, but the point of that song is badoing.
Do you want to hear something really good?
Go on.
Stacey's mom is based on a true story.
Oh,
How cool is that?
nice.
Yeah, according to him, he got the inspiration for the song from a friend of his who had this remarkable crush on his own grandmother. Wait, what?
What type of Freudian slip is that?
I was reading and thinking it was going to be mother, but it's his own grandmother. Wow.
Well, what I was going to say about that is it's 20 years on. So what does she look like now? Is she as hot? Or is it like Stacey's
Oh,
grandma?
God, no, she is not.
Is she not?
Oh, no.
Don't ruin it. No, don't ruin the illusion. I don't want to see it. I don't ever want to see it.
She looks like an old Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton's not bad.
An old Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton's not bad. She's some set of waps.
I won't show you the picture. I won't ruin your childhood
No,
memories.
don't, because that is in the wank bank.
Is it?
Of course. Of course it is. Have you not seen her dancing on the countertop on a stripper pole?
Yeah.
All oiled up?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, holy crap. If I'm not supposed to be attracted to that, then I would be homosexual.
The sponsor's going to kill me, but shout out to the sponsor for the Wank Bank. You can put all your wank stuff in one place on socialqr.xyz.
Christ.
Scott doesn't mind, trust me.
Scott does mind.
No, he doesn't.
Scott, you know, unfortunately, tonight we have mentioned your app maybe 3 times, and it's all been among sex talk.
Scott, we also need you to make an app.
Oh, yes. Scott, get on this, or we'll kick your ass. We want you to make an app called the Sex Gong. This is a great idea. We've discussed this before. So basically,
Martin, you'll like this.
Martin, here's one for you. It's called a sex gong. So all of your friends download the app.
Y'all link
and
up.
every time you have sex, you hit the sex gong, and your friends get a notification.
Even if your phone's on silent, it still beeps.
You'll hear it. No, you'll hear a gong,
Gong.
Yeah, and we'd be all high-fiving each other because that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's a great. I genuinely think it would go down well.
It's pointless in you getting the app though.
This is very true.
You don't get any sex.
No, I haven't had sex in like a year.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah,
a year.
Yeah, my virginity has grown back.
Is that a thing?
If I had a hymen, it would be there now.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't had sex in over a year.
It's not really that surprising.
How does that make you feel?
Fine. Prolific masturbator.
Yeah, see, I forget you don't like
doesn't
crave.
bother me.
Well, not crave, but you don't want affection from another person.
I am 40 years of age. I have had more sex than you and you put together.
I doubt it.
I guarantee you.
I highly doubt it.
Neither of you knew me in the past. Neither of you knew me and the wild version of me.
I don't know.
Have you ever had sex with 4 women in the space of 4 hours?
All right.
Okay,
gong.
2 women in the space of like 3 hours. Okay,
4
that's
women.
my best.
4 women, and
That's disgusting. To
one
admit.
of the women was my best friend's girlfriend.
You're a dickhead.
I am a scumbag.
Is he still your friend?
He's upstairs.
He's in the office.
Yeah, he's upstairs doing his work as a good producer should do. So yeah, there you go. I was a bit of a sex freak, a sex maniac, and then I eventually thought, right, I'm sitting down, I'm chatting to these girls. There's hours of conversations before I can get to what I really want. So I decided to cut the bullshit out and just ask women out straight. And it was from then on the women went, "No, you're a freak. You're a weirdo." I was like, well, I can agree with that. I've had sex. It's overrated.
I don't know.
Yeah, trust me, it will get to a point. I will get to a point in your life where you're going, she's not worth the effort. I am not buying her drinks. I am not chatting to you for 6 bleeding hours to listen to your crap about your grandmother who died. You know, balls. It's like an X Factor story. You know when they go into X Factor?
Yeah.
And they tell them shitty stories? That's what women do when I'm talking to them. Like, I couldn't be bothered listening to you.
You just want to get inside them.
That's it. Yeah. That's it. And hence the reason I bought a fake vagina.
He did.
Don't have to talk to it.
He bought a fake
It
vagina
got
sex toy.
stuck to the ceiling, and Richie used it as a punching bag.
In Ed's house. In Ed's house, they threw it to the ceiling, not realising it would stick. It stuck.
I'd say you had sex with it so much you ripped it, did you?
I told you
did,
this. You
yeah.
know this.
You dirty bastard.
Yeah, now this wasn't just a vagina. This was half a torso.
Oh, the viewers have gone up actually.
But the half a torso, it has like a belly button and an A-hole and all that kind of stuff going on. It was great fun, awesome. And then you ruined it on me.
I didn't ruin it.
You did. You were involved in kicking it around the kitchen and putting it on my head.
Yeah, that was fun.
And there's photographs of this, isn't there? There is photographs of this, but I know why you can. I know who has the photographs, but you can't say it. I'll
And
explain
then
after
we
the show.
ended up putting it on the roof of his car, on his
We
aerial.
did, tied it around his aerial, and the kids. Yes, tell the story.
Yeah, well, hear this.
Kids almost found it.
In the skip
Oh, so they
outside.
didn't find it?
They were poking it.
That'd been hilarious if they did.
It was covered
No.
in dirt in the skip, and they were poking it with a stick. It's like, what's that? Is that chicken? And I just heard this, and I came straight out and said, "Here, come on, away from the skip. That's dangerous."
Wait for the fake vagina.
I didn't say that, obviously.
No, definitely
And
not.
then, by Jesus, I got a lump of timber. I fucking stuffed it where you'd never see it. I'd say whoever emptied that skip is horrified.
Oh my god!
Did you hear that?
Oh, that's my car.
Somebody tried to break into Ed's car.
Whoa.
You'd know he drove to the
I just
studio.
heard a crazy alarm go off outside.
Yeah.
I don't see anything.
Oh, lads, it's all firing up tonight. All sorts of mistakes happening this evening.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Now we're looking out the window downstairs.
Is someone trying to rob the car?
Is your car being thieved?
Is it? You just hear the clink clank of the keys.
No.
Everything's okay.
That's fine. If it was your car, would the alarm wouldn't have gone off? It was obviously somebody else in the business park.
I don't think mine beeps, so.
I think it always the graphic designers next door.
You know, you're not talking.
Not talking to the mic.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I'm just talking to you.
Are we going to finish on a wise word from Aiden?
No, just keep it going for another few minutes.
What possible wise words do we have to get out of Mr. Aiden Doyle?
Not very
What
much.
about you, Mr. Nathan?
Oh, I hate when it
about
turns
you?
to me.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Well,
what-
we haven't been ripping into you enough yet, gangly.
What do you want to know? I don't. Go on.
What the fuck happened to you there? What's that?
That was a spot I picked.
That was a spot.
Yeah. See this one too? That was a spot I also picked.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
that's herpes, man.
This is not good picking. Come on, you gotta have more.
No, it's rough.
Give something more substantial. Can you see me? Oh, the way I'm sitting right now for people at home.
Why are you just like?
For those at home, I'm wearing really short shorts.
He is.
I'm
It's
sitting
like
with
uncomfortable. Your dad in the 70s wearing really short running shorts.
I'm sitting with my legs wide open.
He is.
And I'm projecting my testicles towards Ed.
He is. God help me.
You know, I might have been sitting here. I pointed at the two lads.
Oh my God, what is
and
this?
I moved my hands as if you two talked there for a second.
And we did.
And I put the headphones on top of my head and I went, wise words. And I've loads, but you know what? I'm not feeling it tonight.
That's okay.
Not feeling it tonight. I think what I will end on is the wise words, what I was saying earlier about sex being overrated. Now, obviously, sex isn't overrated when you're in a relationship, and it's a loving relationship, and that's there to accommodate both people. But for young people, I don't believe in abstinence. I don't believe in no sex before marriage.
Yeah.
But what I do believe in is not having so much sex, because it's proven nothing. It is absolutely all you're doing is taking the risk of potentially impregnating half of, the girls that you have sex with.
Yeah.
And it can end up egg on your chin and egg on their chin. And there's so many unwanted babies out there There's so many unwanted babies. I'd say the vast majority of pregnancies are accidents, as they call it.
Mm-hmm. Nowadays, well, yeah, in younger people anyway, yeah.
And these are kids who were technically unwanted from the start, so I can't imagine it would be a great upbringing from these people. So what I would say is abstain for a while. Or wear protection, because, there's so many weird diseases out there these days as well.
Yeah.
Sex is overrated, guys. Don't do it as often as you think you should, because you will appreciate it more. I'll give you an example. What's your favourite food?
Probably pizza.
Pizza. Right. If you had pizza today,
or
tomorrow,
burger.
the next,
you
will eventually go, and that's what happened to me.
Well, sex is different because it's with different body types usually. If you're having it with
I've had it with so many different body types. I went to like really weird places. Yeah,
I don't know, maybe it's a younger thing, but I find the sex doesn't get boring.
No, and it is a younger thing.
Yet.
But my advice to people like you is slow it down. Calm down, because it's unfulfilling sex. Trust me, it is. When you meet the right person, when it is somebody that you love, it's not sex. It's making love.
Well, it's not unfulfilling if you fill her.
Oh, Jesus. There's a huge difference between sex and actually, cuddling with somebody. And I know you both of you think, looking at me saying, oh, you have no affections. But trust me, when I do, and when I am with somebody that I do care for, I do these things. And it's much better than this random willy-nilly sex that you have, where you could potentially get a girl pregnant and ruin both her life, your life, and the child's. So don't be silly, wrap your willy, or enjoy sex with somebody you love.
You've got a good point, to be fair.
I do.
And you called me boring.
I am so boring.
Yeah.
When it comes to sex, I'm a missionary guy. Lights off, missionary, job done. Yeah, I don't want any of your weird perversion.
Oh, man.
We also just say thanks to all the viewers tonight.
Yeah.
Shout out to you guys.
And
love one another out there.
We will all, it is now my time to thank Martin for coming into the studio. Martin, I forgot your surname. Joy. Martin Joy. Joy of Joys. Will be on hopefully next week.
Very well.
Gary Cunningham.
That was nicely done.
So thanks, Martin, for coming in, even though you turned out to be absolutely useless sitting there saying nothing all night.
He was good for the midsection. Yep, the important part.
Yeah. I will also say thank you to Mr. Lynham.
Thank you very much.
And I will say thank you to Mr. Ed Harris. It's been a pleasure.
Shut your face, Aiden.
It always ends on shut your face, Aiden, now, doesn't it?
It does. It's a good note to end on.
It's always a good note to
end
on.
So we get a chorus.
That being said,
shut your face, Aiden.